is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Thank you, Chris. Welcome to DBL. It's Wednesday, February 17th. All right, I'm Tori here with Alan Lindsay. So good to see you guys. What a blessing it is.
Yeah, I thought that was a holiday, the way you said the 17th.
I know. I just thought, wow, we're really getting closer to March. It's interesting.
Yeah, that's how the calendar works.
Hey, here we go. Before we get into everything, we do want to take a quick moment and reach out. There's so many of you who are in the path of this historic winter storm, and specifically, we want to reach out to the millions of people in Texas who are still without power. They're struggling to stay warm. We here at DBL, we sincerely hope you are staying safe. We're with you in spirit. We want you to please take care of yourself and one another as best as possible. It's dreadful down there, so we are wishing you the best. Moving on to what the president said yesterday in Milwaukee, speaking at a town hall in CNN, he offered some hope, saying that people who want a COVID vaccine will be able to get it by the end of July. And he predicts things will go back to normal by Christmas. There was also this very heartwarming moment with a second grader who was very worried about coronavirus might be much like your kids. Take a look.
You're the safest group of people in the whole world, number one. Number two, you're not likely to be able to be exposed to something and spread it to mommy or daddy. And it's not likely mommy and daddy are able to spread it to you either. So I wouldn't worry about it, baby, I promise you.
Speaking of vaccines, how many of you have seen your friends or family posting photos like this, getting vaccinated? Well, turns out that's making people feel something called vaccine envy. So have you felt jealous at all because you don't have it yet? And what do you do to cope? All right, have you guys felt vaccine envy? And what are you doing if you are feeling it? Lindsay, have you been a little jealous at all?
I thought this was weird to talk about because I actually was happy for everybody.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
When my friend texted me today that her parents both got it in D.C., I'm like, yes, parents. When my dad got the first shot, I'm like, yes. You know, when different people have said that they've gotten it, and when my cousin that's on the front line got it, I'm like, yes. And honestly, Al asked me yesterday, he's like, did you sign up for the vaccine? I said, I think I'm last in line because I'm healthy, I'm pretty young on the spectrum. And Al's like, no, but you can still look into it and see like when you're in line. And so Colin and I looked into it last night, but we're not in a rush. We're just going to stay safe, wear 2 masks, try to relax, you know. And so I haven't felt very jealous, but I'm just felt happy for people that were
Someone's a
making
good person.
progress.
She's seemingly a good
Did you feel
person.
envy?
No, not at all. I was just relieved for people. Now, I do want to say that Biden made it really clear that teachers, he and Kamala Harris want to push that as a priority because they are not on that priority list. We talked about it yesterday. We have a lot of teachers watching, and they said they want to move that priority up because that's absolutely ridiculous. That comes from Dr. Jill Biden, I bet you, as an educator in that White House as a first lady. Al, how about you? You're salty. Did you have vaccine envy?
Salty in all things.
I mean, obviously, I was pre-med before I got into comedy, so all my friends.
I'm sorry, do you want to name drop
So
again?
all my friends are doctors, so my doctor friends got it probably about a month ago, and they just posted pictures on the group chat of them getting it. And then I was texting a random friend that's a comic, and I'll just say they got it because they're a bartender and they're considered essential.
But teachers aren't?
Look, we don't have time. Think that face, Lindsay.
Wow.
And I was just texting back like, good for you, bro. And I was just, look.
Wow.
Hey, man. It's not my call. I'm just saying what's happening.
Priorities in America with teachers, you all are screaming at the TV, and we feel you. Just know that. I'll remember this story has come up again. You all remember this one? The white woman who was dubbed Central Park Karen. Let's go back and take a look. This is Amy Cooper. She'd been facing charges for making a false police report against a black man. Well, now the Manhattan DA has decided to drop the charges. Amy Cooper was offered an alternative restorative justice resolution after 5 sessions with a therapist. She completed the program.
5? Why didn't you say so?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to read this very straight. One interesting note, the man in the incident, Christian Cooper, no relation, says he never received a personal apology, although Amy did issue a public apology. So the question is, did she get punished enough? And if not, what would justice look like in this situation? All right, talk to me about what you guys thought. I was like, not shocked because it's America, and also like, come on. I mean, she made up that he was attacking her, calling the police to what we know happens to sometimes with black men, black women, with cops. Al?
I wasn't surprised.
You weren't surprised at all?
No, there are people that were involved in the insurrection that are in Mexico waiting to go to trial. They still were allowed to go on vacation. They're still allowed to demand organic food and get it. And this woman had to take a test. I don't know what her therapist, like, what did that look like? Like, black people are trees, cars, people. All right. Like, what is the test for, like, seeing people's humanity?
Are they a bicycle? No.
Yeah. I got it. I got an 89. Black people are humans. I
think that we've all been to therapy before, right? And so 5 sessions has not drastically changed.
The first one is just learning names.
Right, exactly. So that's why I'm just confused. I mean, I just want to be crystal clear. So Amy Cooper was the vice president and head of investment of a company, right? So if you're telling me that she didn't understand racial bias and so she needed training, that's a foolish stance. And so for her to say that she is rehabilitated from using her whiteness to weaponize and traumatize black people, and just because Christian Cooper didn't want to push her her and push charges on her doesn't mean that other black people who she can harm in the future and have police called and get killed is worthy of her just saying, hey, took 5 classes, I'm good. Because I think she's emboldening other people that want to behave in a similar fashion that can get somebody killed. And so I don't even know, it's not even just about Amy Cooper, it's really about the police and law enforcement and how you guys are going to rehabilitate yourselves and rehabilitate the entire system, because I think we're laughing and joking about Amy Cooper, but this is an example of where's the justice. We watched all last year seeing no justice for black people. Where is the justice? And I don't care if Christian Cooper didn't want her to get any charges pressed on her. All black people in America wanted something to happen. And so I think we're watching this and we're just like, wow, here we go again.
I think we're seeing precedent. It's just like now we have a precedent set, like you can do this. She changed her voice. She said that she was being attacked and trying to be killed, which means the police are going to come already, probably guns unclipped and ready to do what they need to do. She tried to weaponize the police. No different. And I warned against this when we were talking about Permit Patty and Barbecue Becky. They were doing the same thing. There were black people standing there. They didn't want to look at them, so they called the police to come and kill them.
Okay, so she got fired. First of all, I'm just taking the other side here. She got fired, publicly humiliated. Everybody knows her name. She strangled her dog. She lost her dog at one point. She got her dog back, which is, let's talk about that another day. What more would you have been satisfied with?
I think what more do people want to see who don't think is enough, that enough happened? So if she would have called the police and Christian Cooper would have died, or he would have got attacked, or he would have been in jail, would that be enough for the people who don't think that she has enough charges? So I think that she needs to be held accountable because her actions and similar actions have caused death.
And also, Lindsay, don't forget there's something in the gaming world called swatting. And what it was there were gamers that were beefing with each other. So I would be like, if you're beating me in a video game,
bring the police.
Yeah, they would call and say that there's like a child abduction or something at this house, and somebody got killed doing that.
Yeah, that's true.
They sent the cops over there and they killed the person because they thought that they were walking into a situation where somebody had a machine gun. So whatever that charge is for that should be the same for this.
Right, you can't walk away and say whoopsies. Like that's not enough.
Write us in, let us know what you think.
She passed the test.
She did. She
89. She got a sticker.
She got an 89. All right, we do have some.
There was a grape on it that said "grape job."
Oh God, we have some sad news to report. I'm trying to change the topic here. We did get some breaking news in that Rush Limbaugh, the conservative talk radio pioneer, has died today. He was 70 years old. His wife, Catherine, made the announcement on his radio show today. Limbaugh was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer in January of last year. Shortly afterwards, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. We hope his family is dealing with the loss. Coming up on DBL, our favorite nighttime soap stars. Where are they now? The First Lady of Knots Landing, Michelle Lee, takes us back to the cul-de-sac. And Ashley Judd, this is crazy, y'all. Her very close brush with death. Wait till you hear the hellish ordeal she went through in the jungle. It's insane. She broke her leg in 4 places. Wow. Stay tuned.
You like cheese, Jeff? I don't know. I'm hungry. How about you guys? Again! Which cheese and meat? Favorite? Cooking a lot. My rear end is going to have its own zip code soon. Is it lime? Give me an example of how he sticks his foot in his mouth.
Pineapple.
Pineapple! Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Summers, and I thought it might be fun to unwrap some brownies. And when you're here in Denver, what does it take?
Hi here, JR. Want to talk to me?
Lucy, what the hell are you doing here?
Nice to see you, too.
This February, DBL is all new every day. No, hold on.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay. Like, it is such a joke. I was shocked. How I meant for you to chime in on. I don't know what you're saying. DBL is just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story. Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year. to DBL. There's Leo. A big shout out to our coworkers tuning in from home during the pandemic. And seriously, they are like family. We miss you guys, and we can't wait to see you. This story I went really deep into. Ashley Judd is recovering after a near-death experience in the African rainforest. So the actress was in the Congo. She was studying bonobos. It's an ape that exists. What a funny sentence. Only in remote parts of the rainforest when she tripped on a falling tree. She broke her leg severely, 4 places, and had incredible nerve damage. Now, she chronicled the grueling, get this, 55-hour ordeal on Instagram, praising her Congolese brothers and sisters for essentially saving her life. She said her leg had to be reset twice while she was lying on the jungle floor. At one point, she bit on a stick, I'm not kidding, to get out of the pain. She was then carried out of the jungle in this hammock for 3 hours, and then it took another 6 hours on this motorbike over rough terrain. Look at this. That's her facing forward so one guy can lift her leg up for 6 hours to reach a spot where she could eventually be airlifted to a hospital in South Africa. She spoke to Nicholas Kristoff from the New York Times about her recovery. Watch.
I would show you this beautiful, it's called an external fixator that I have on my leg because there was such massive soft tissue damage. We can't actually touch the bones for another sort of 10 days. Yeah, my dad actually wants me to turn around and show you my leg.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. It's a thing of beauty for right now.
Okay, so first off, she fell, started screaming, and one Congolese man put his foot underneath hers for those 3 hours without moving so that the bones wouldn't move. And then they volunteered to lift her over, and then they carried her and like blessed her and like wept with her. And I can't believe the amount of support she got. That is crazy to me. I'm interested in medical emergencies, especially like in far off places. So this was like, what would you do? Why are you guys just both looking at me?
I didn't know. I was like wrapped up in it. I mean, this is something that I think about as somebody who travels. I've been in pretty remote locations, and it's just like, what if something happened?
Tell our audience.
I was deep in Ethiopia, in like
Addis Ababa?
Lalibela, and just like really, we were hiking a lot, and so I just wondered if anything happened. Like, you know, you have to be extra precautious hiking. I'm not the most athletic person in the world.
Come on, come on.
So, it crosses your mind, like all those trips you have to take to get to a big hospital. I would never want anything to happen, and so thank God for people that helped her out, like you said, and really just came to her rescue.
Enough thanking God. Let's get these people some money. Okay. Like we're talking about her journey, being carried in a hammock. What about those 2 dudes? Can we talk to
the guy that had to lift her leg for 6 hours?
I think she could definitely slip them a couple of dollars.
I feel like she could slip them money.
I don't know if they got Venmo, but I'm sure she could figure it out. Like everybody, she should have been taking names. Like, hey, what should
she did? I will say her Instagram post is all their names and what they did. So it's a lovely tribute. But I hope
needs to be her Venmo.
Maybe some Venmo. We'll be right back with
payments.
Michelle Lee from Knots Landing. Stop it, Al, from Knots Landing.
You take your food and store it outside until power comes back. Why are we talking about this? Well, millions of people are without power due to winter storms, and while their refrigerators are thawing inside their homes, outside their homes, temperatures are below freezing. To find out, we checked with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and research from North Dakota State University. Both say storing your food outside is a bad idea because of variable temperatures, unsanitary outdoor conditions, and/or disturbances by animals. The DHHS says when food is stored outside, it can, quote, enter the danger zone of temps getting too warm to safely eat later on. Now, this can even happen from food getting hit by sunlight. So no, according to the DHHS, you shouldn't store food outside even if it's cold out. That's verified. But that doesn't mean your food has to go to waste. The DHHS suggests using your fridge or freezer as an old-fashioned ice box. Put ice inside the fridge to keep the temperatures down until power comes back. You can also put food in a cooler and keep it in an unheated area like a garage. Oh, and last thing, when power does come back, check your food. If any perishable food has been above 40 degrees for about 2 hours or more, you should toss it. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
Welcome back to DBL. Joan Rivers called her the queen of the cul-de-sac. That was a good Joan Rivers impression. Earlier, we caught up with Michelle Lee, who played Karen on Knots Landing, and we're turning back time in our series Nighttime Soap Stars. Where are they now?
Welcome home. Karen! Hello. It's like old times, isn't it?
Yes! Michelle Lee, there you are. Welcome to DBL. We just watched a clip from Knots Landing featuring you with your co-star Donna Mills and Joan Van Ark. By the way, Joan's going to be here on Thursday. So,
really?
When was the last time you caught up with them, and do you have any little messages for Joan?
I talked to them 2 days ago.
Wow.
On a Zoom, the three of us. I looked better than the two of them.
That's all that matters. What did you...
One of the reasons...
Yeah, what did you guys talk about on the Zoom? We're all curious.
My sex life.
Yes.
Wow. Tell me. Do you have any tips for me?
Forget our boring questions.
Hold it. Hold it.
Let's get into it.
I'm taking notes.
The director told me not to lean out of the frame. So, you didn't laugh when I said my sex life. That was supposed to be
No,
funny.
we wouldn't know. No, we're going to take notes from you, Michelle.
Okay, I got so many of them. Okay, now I'll be... Oh, I see there's a lag. We're getting a lag.
Oh, yeah, we have a delay.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, well, I'm going to start. First of all, great frames. I love those. I got LASIK eye surgery, and then glasses became super cool, so I'm very jealous. Very cool frames. And I just want to tell you, you play a special part of my life, because when I was growing up, and I'd be, you know, this back when there was only 1 or 2 TVs in the house, my Aunt Marilyn would watch Knots Landing, and I would watch the beginning, and that was when I was people have pools in their backyard. That was for me, that was a big deal. I didn't even know people lived like that. So that was you will always play a big role in my life. And obviously you're the queen of the cul-de-sac. We saw Desperate Housewives, and that was basically a cul-de-sac based dramedy, however you want to look at it. What do you think about the comparisons between Desperate Housewives and the Real Housewives? Because I think you were the forerunner to that.
Oh yeah.
Not only that, we were so much better.
Yes, yes.
I love her.
No, I actually, Mark Sherry, who produced it, wrote it, and everything else, is a friend of mine. And of course, we were the forerunner for that show, both on cul-de-sacs also. They had wonderful actors, as we did. Most of our actors were stage actors to start with. My whole background really started on the stage, on the Broadway stage, musical, believe it or not. And everybody who became fans of Knots Landing had no idea that I had a whole career before singing in musical theater. So enough of that. Go on.
I knew that,
I
Michelle.
look so great.
Michelle, I knew your musical theater background. Yes, not only can you sing, can you dance, but let me tell you, many people would call you the triple threat that definitely carved a lane for a lot of actresses that not only got their start on Broadway, but were able then to cross over to television. So a pioneer.
Oh, thank you so much for that, little lady. I love being a pioneer.
I thought that was going to
Thank you so much.
I thought that was going to translate into the bedroom somehow. I don't know where that was going. I didn't know where that was going, Michelle. But I got a question for you about acting. It's always in the gutter. It's always in the gutter, Michelle. So I hope I'm not bringing up anything bad, but your ex-husband, you guys got a divorce around the same time. Your character, Karen, was about to become a single mom. Did you use that, like some of the emotions that you were going through while you were acting?
How did you get that picture? Oh my God, I don't even have that picture. Somebody save it for me.
We'll
really.
send it to you.
No, yeah, it was odd because on Knots Landing, very often our storylines would mimic what was happening in our own lives somehow, okay? Sometimes it was on purpose, by the way, because we had such an extraordinary experience with everyone behind the camera and all the actors that stayed very close friends. But anyway, the executive producer, creator, David Jacobs, would always take ideas from us. It was always open-minded to everything that was going on. And basically what he said was, bring me things. And we did. With my husband, who I called my former, he's deceased now. I called him my former because I don't believe in Xing people out of your life. And so, oh my God, look at me.
We're going to get you that photo. Michelle, before we go, you know, I think it's really important that, you know, you really did talk about, you know, the time when your character dealt with prescription drugs. That's very relevant today. What was that like back then, shining a spotlight on something that has affected so many people?
Because my character was seen as the Rock of Gibraltar. She's the one that solved everybody's problems and her own. I was very skeptical at first because I thought, how could she be addicted to whatever they wanted me to be addicted to? But then I totally went the other way around, because at that time, Betty Ford had come out and said, or her husband, the president, allowed her to say she was addicted, she had cancer. It was all out in the open. And I thought, if the First Lady could have an addiction problem, then Karen can too. Bye.
We love you. We really
Still
do.
got the stuff.
You keep us on our toes. Michelle Lee, thank you so much for joining us. Please keep us updated on any future projects that we can look forward to. And thank you again for coming on DBL.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Verify. Is it normal for younger people to experience stronger vaccine side effects? Our sources are two doctors, Dr. Linda Nabha from the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center and Dr. Latasha Perkins from the Georgetown University School of Medicine. We also looked at resources from the FDA and the CDC. The short answer here, according to our experts, is yes.
The reason you're seeing those side effects is because you have a robust immune system.
When we're younger, we tend to mount a bigger and stronger immune reaction, if you will. And that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing.
Take this breakdown of the Pfizer vaccine posted on the CDC website. It shows that people 55 and under had fever after the second dose about 16% of the time, compared to just 11% for those older than 55 when compared to placebo.
That is not something to be concerned about. It's something to be happy about, because it means your immune system works.
And our experts emphasize that you should get that vaccine. The side effects are typically mild or moderate, and they go away after a day or two.
So you're doing yourself and you're doing others a huge favor.
So we can verify that yes, younger people do tend to get stronger reactions to the COVID-19 vaccine, but our experts say this is absolutely not a reason to avoid it.
It's not fun, but it's definitely worth it to help, you know, get the country that much closer to some immunity.
With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozloff.
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. We're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
This is where I'm going to push back.
Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk off the set.
You should.
This February, DBL is all new.
I agree with Al on this one.
Every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo.
I'm in control, 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 control.
Notice that I look very similar to someone in this outfit, so I'm going to stand up and see if you guys can guess.
You do look like The Rock.
Just need
Look
some more
how much
muscles.
I look a lot like him.
And your fanny pack needs to be lower. Come on, get it together.
You don't have to put your arm like that either. Like, you look weird. You look like a broken toy.
Put your head down on nothing.
Am I weirding out? DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.
About today on Daily Blast Live.
COVID vaccines for all by July? That's what President Biden is saying. But are you feeling jealous of others who get it while you wait for your turn? It's like right out of a movie. Ashley Judd's grueling 55-hour rescue in the Congo. The catastrophic accident that left her calling for help in the middle of a rainforest. In today's True Crime Chronicles, a woman known as the Black Widow rises to the top of a drug empire. How she turned her life around after nearly 30 years on the streets.
You have to want to change.
And our series Nighttime Soap Stars, Where Are They Now? Continues. Charlene Tilton is on DBL Live today, dishing all about her time on Dallas.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It is Wednesday, February 17th. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Tori joins us from home. Now, hi Tori. Before we get into everything, we want to take a quick moment and reach out to so many of you who are in the path of this historic winter storm, and specifically to the millions of people in Texas who are still without power, struggling to stay warm. We hope you are staying safe. We are with you in spirit. Please take care care of yourself and one another as best as possible. So moving on to what the president said yesterday in Milwaukee, speaking at a town hall on CNN, he offered some hope, saying that people who want a COVID vaccine will be able to get it by the end of July, and he predicts things will be back to normal by Christmas. There was also this very heartwarming moment with a second grader who was worried about coronavirus. Take a look.
You're the safest group of people in the whole world, number one. Number two, you're not likely to be able to be exposed to something and spread it to mommy or daddy. And it's not likely mommy and daddy are able to spread it to you either. So I wouldn't worry about it, baby, I promise you.
And speaking of vaccines, how many of you have seen your friends or your family posting photos like this, getting vaccinated? Well, it turns out that's making people feel vaccine envy. That's what people are calling it, okay? So you have felt jealous. So if you have felt jealous at all because you don't have it yet, please write us in. Tori, what do you make of this? Do you feel any sort of vaccine envy?
Zero. I don't. Some people might react this way. I was very happy for every single human being in America, an American that got it. Now, do I think that, for instance, teachers should be more prioritized? Yes, because I think that shows how awfully we treat our teachers. But at no time did I feel envy. I was just like, waiting my turn. I don't have that in me. I'm happy we're all getting that together.
I have a little envy. I mean, I'm happy everyone's getting it, and I'm waiting my turn as well. But I want it today. Like, if someone calls me and says, hey, you could come, I'm in there. I'm in there right after work. So I have a little envy. I want to get on with my life. I really, really miss, like, just the socialization with other people, eating at a restaurant, sitting at a bar. I'm envious of that, for sure.
I think you speak for a lot of people, Jeff. I truly do. So,
if he's feeling envious, how can you only imagine, to Tori's point, how many teachers or caretakers must feel envy knowing that they could get exposed to COVID so much faster and easier than anybody else?
Yeah, I have a friend that got it. I talked to him 2 days ago, and he got it, and I was like, how'd you get it so quick? He was like, I'm a bartender. I'm considered essential.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to put the teachers on that list.
Yeah.
Wow. Very important. Okay, so do you all remember the white woman who was dubbed Central Park Karen? How could we forget? Well, her name is Amy Cooper. She had been facing charges for making a false police report against a black man. Well, now the Manhattan DA has decided to drop those charges. Amy Cooper was offered an alternative restorative justice resolution, and after 5 sessions with a therapist, she's completed that program. One interesting note, the man in the incident, Christian Cooper, says he never received a personal apology. Now, we do know that Amy gave a public apology, but never did she give him a personal one. So the question is, did she get punished enough? And if not, what would justice look like in this situation? What a shame, Al. That makes my blood boil. I mean, if I hurt someone's feelings, I'm going to make sure that I give you a personal apology, let alone threaten someone's life by calling the cops on them.
She went to 5 sessions, and anybody that's been to any kind of mental health knows you're done at 5. I mean, it's really the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my. I mean, what was the test? Just like black people are cars, apples, people. Okay, you're done. It's ridiculous.
Sorry, I'm laughing.
And I just would love to hear one black man ever use the phrase, hey, man, I got out early. You got bailed? No, I got an alternative justice solution resolution.
We're joking. I mean, you're joking. You're making us laugh. But it is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It is.
It's
Jeff has tears in his eyes, and I love when he does. I really does.
Well, because I didn't think you were going to go there.
What should happen to Amy Cooper then, Tori, in your opinion?
Well, first of all, she was so public that at some point letting this go seems such a waste of what we kind of fought all summer for, because it's just an insult to injury. I mean, she changed her voice. She said, I'm being attacked by a black man. I mean, we all saw what happened to George Floyd, and she was calling police to weaponize a black man and perhaps come armed. I mean, that whole thing was such a baiting moment. So for me, I definitely think she should see some kind of a misdemeanor charge or probation, or at least maybe some jail time. But letting her go is just like, we have white justice and we have black justice, and we're being super honest about it. It's so embarrassing.
Well said, Tori. Well said. Okay, so we do have some sad news to report. Rush Limbaugh, the controversial conservative talk radio host, has died. He was 70 years old. His wife, Catherine, made the announcement on his radio show today. Limbaugh was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer in January of last year. Shortly afterwards, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family. Wow. Really sad news. So coming up on DBL, our week-long series, Nighttime Soap Stars. Where Are They Now? Continues with Charlene Tilton from Dallas. She is live, you guys.
Can I wear that on the show? A 10-gallon hat with a...
Sure, why not?
All right, I'm talking to Carrie about that.
She's live, and she will tell us what working with the legendary Larry Hagman was like. Plus, former drug queen-pin Perrian Roberts, how she went from running a criminal empire to reforming her life in True Crime Chronicles. And fast food workers go on strike demanding a higher minimum wage. Your comments are next in DBL Take.
You like cheese, Jeff? I don't know. I'm hungry. How about you guys? Again! Which cheese and meat? Favorite. Cooking a lot. My rear end is going to have its own zip code soon. Is it lime? Give me an example of how he sticks his foot in his mouth.
Pineapple.
Pineapple. Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Summers, and I thought it might be fun to unwrap some brownies. And when you're here in Denver, I want you to take
I'm here, JR. Want to talk to me?
Lucy, what the hell are you doing here?
Nice to see you, too.
This February, DBL is all new every day.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay. Like, it is such a joke. I was shocked.
I meant for you to chime in on. I don't know what you're saying. DBL is just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story. Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year. Welcome back to DBL. A big shout out to our co-workers tuning in from home during the pandemic. We miss you guys. Welcome back to DBL. Today, fast food workers in 15 cities are going on strike and demanding a $15 minimum wage. This could be the first increase since 2009 as part of a pandemic relief bill. Currently, the federal minimum wage is $7.25. Those on strike say they weren't making enough to live on before the pandemic, while others fear this will increase the price of fast food and result in less jobs. So DBL Nation, we always want to hear from you. Should fast food workers be paid more? Let's talk about it. Also, we're going to want you guys right now to go to dblvote.com. Let us know if you think the minimum wage for fast food workers should be raised to $15 an hour. Now I'm going to read your comments. We're going to weigh in. Let's start with you, Tori. Val from Facebook says, I know people who started off at the drive-thru and now manage or even own a franchise. That's how you get paid.
I completely disagree with you respectfully. You get paid by a country that values your hard work and understands inflation and the theory of economics. And they did a study and they said if you were making minimum wage, in how many towns could you afford a 1-bedroom apartment, just a comfortable one that isn't rat infested? And the answer, Sam, was 0. That's not how you get paid. That's called completely non-investing in our constituents.
Jeff, you're going to take this next comment. Gail from Facebook says, I'm out of work and would only consider applying for a fast food job if it paid more than what it cost me for a babysitter.
That makes sense, right? I mean, things cost money, and prices are raising on everything, right? So why isn't our payment raising as well? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why it took so long, but I'm happy they're doing it for sure.
Awesome.
Marvin from Facebook says,
I love that name, Marvin.
I would rather there be...
Sound like your favorite old black uncle? That's just like Uncle Marvin's on those burgers on the grill.
Marvin says, I would rather there be more jobs available instead of current workers getting more money.
It's interesting that, like, let's go back to, like, when the pandemic first hit. Do you remember that? Like, who was at work? It was our fast food workers. When we told everybody to stay at home, fast food workers, they went to work. It's interesting. I always say watch out for we talk about the N word a lot. I think about the H word, and that's the word hero. I feel like anytime somebody calls you a hero, you should watch out because that means that they're not about to pay you. We call our teachers heroes.
Right.
Wow. We don't call people that sell junk bonds in venture capitalists heroes, do we? But who do we pay? We don't pay our teachers. We don't pay our servicemen. We don't pay our fast food workers.
Well
but they're
said.
heroes because we don't want to pay them.
Well said. Okay, and I'll respond to Allison from YouTube who says, yes, they are frontline workers, to Al's point, but I'm more concerned about teachers getting paid more first. I don't think we can pick or choose. I think, listen, of course teachers 100% deserve to be paid more. But I also want to make sure that that minimum wage is raised for everybody, because when you think about the fact that $7.25, to Tori's point, can't even afford an apartment for you and your family to live in, something is wrong here. Not to mention, if you are a tipped worker, you are then making $2.13 an hour.
Buddy.
That's it. $2.13.
Yeah.
So it's a different type of minimum wage. What if you don't make that many tips that day? You can't survive and live off $2.
It's called the lunch shift.
So come on, you guys.
I've had many of those.
You make no money.
Me too.
Me too.
If people aren't drinking, it's over.
We've all been in the service industry, and we've all gotten those paychecks after 2 weeks, and it's like $40.
Why is Tori using 2 hands to drink out of her mug? You 6?
I wanted to show the cool Tom Petty mug. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Wow.
And 51% of you say no, you do not support a $15 minimum wage for fast food workers. Well, we can disagree.
Wow.
All right. Coming up on DBL, meet a woman who ran a lucrative drug empire, but found the light and turned her life around. Her inspirational story later in True Crime Chronicles. But first, live on the show, Dallas star Charlene Tilton. She's sharing behind-the-scenes secrets in our special series, Nighttime Soap Stars, Where Are They Now?
You take your food and store it outside until power comes back. Why are we talking about this? Well, millions of people are without power due to winter storms, and while their refrigerators are thawing inside their homes, outside their homes, temperatures are below freezing. To find out, we checked with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and research from North Dakota State University. Both say storing your food outside is a bad idea because of variable temperatures, unsanitary outdoor conditions, and/or disturbances by animals. The DHHS says when food is stored outside, it can, quote, enter the danger zone of temps getting too warm to safely eat later on. Now, this can even happen from food getting hit by sunlight. So no, according to the DHHS, you shouldn't store food outside even if it's cold out. That's verified. But that doesn't mean your food has to go to waste. The DHHS suggests using your fridge or freezer as an old-fashioned ice box. Put ice inside the fridge to keep the temperatures down until power comes back. You can also put food in a cooler and keep it in an unheated area like a garage. Oh, and last thing, when power does come back, check your food. If any perishable food has been above 40 degrees for about 2 hours or more, you should toss it. To verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
Welcome back to DBL. Dallas remains one of the most popular shows ever. Sometimes 90 million people tuned into a single episode. Today, we're catching up live with a star who helped make it a hit. Charlene Tilton is here. We're turning back time in our series Nighttime Soap Stars. Where are they now? And so, please welcome Charlene Tilton.
Anybody home? Hello.
I'm here, JR. Want to talk to me?
Lucy, what the hell are you doing here?
Oh, it's nice to see you, too.
Ooh, you guys, there she is. It's Charlene Tilton. So we just watched a scene between your character, Lucy, and JR, played by Larry Hagman, of course. Yeah. You called him Uncle Larry. How close did you two become? I know that you guys were pretty good friends. Are you guys still, what was it like behind the scenes when you guys were acting together? Tell us.
Larry was a real force of nature. There's nobody like him. The minute we met, he had this big sort of bread truck thing that he would drive around in, and had champagne, and he was the life of the party. He always kept us all together. So he was amazing. He was a real father figure to me. I learned a lot from him. One of the greatest actors ever. When you think about his comedic talent on I Dream of Jeannie, and then what he did with the character of JR, that was amazing. So, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Charlene, thanks for being here. I just wanted a quick question from you. You were one of the youngest characters on Dallas, but you almost didn't get the part because you were so young. Tell me about that.
I was 17. I had read in Dramalog, a magazine, where they were casting for the part of Lucy Ewing, and I read the synopsis of the show and the character description. And Barbara Miller, who was a wonderful casting director, she has since passed away, was casting. And she had put me in 8 Is Enough and other shows. And I snuck into the studio to Warner Brothers every day for about 2 weeks and went to the office and begged, don't try it now because security is too tight. You won't make it in. But finally, after 2 weeks of bombarding, she finally said, come back tomorrow at 5 o'clock. They would not give me a script to study, so that day I was supposed to come in. I went at 1 o'clock when I knew her and her assistant, Irene Mariano, were going to be at lunch. I went into her office, rifled through her desk, and stole the script and went and worked with my acting coach, Jeff Corey, and came in and did my audition at 5 o'clock that day.
That is bold.
I love those stories.
Dude, that's
those
bold.
are my favorite. Those are my
props.
I mean, that's how television works. It's just like these crazy stories about how things went down. And like, Charlene, honestly, talking to you is really talking to a part of my childhood, because I'm from the era where there was just one TV in the house, and my Aunt Marilyn watched Dallas more religiously than she went to church, and she was a church-going woman. So I have seen you, like, you have no idea. So I'm gonna wear, I'm gonna wear a 10-gallon hat in honor of you and Larry.
It's a good look, buddy.
Let me put some black man swag on there.
Now see, yeah. If you would have been on the show looking like that, Lucy would have been all over you, honey.
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
In fact, so we had Patrick Duffy on the other day, and he described Lucy as his very words were, sleeping with everybody, including the family tractor. I don't even know what that means, but I know. But Charlene, I wanted to ask you, when you were out and about in public, did you ever have any fans think that you were exactly like your character?
What I noticed was a difference. I am so petite. I'm only 5'2", and for some reason, when fans would come up to me, because I'm petite or whatever, they would touch me and grab my face and my hair and touch me. Where if they would come up to Victoria, because she's, got this elegance and beauty and this elegance to her, they would come up to her and love her, but they wouldn't like grab onto her and, So mine was very different. But people were always so nice and they still are. So I'm just blessed. And during this pandemic, it is streaming, I think, on Amazon. So people are revisiting it or discovering it for the first time. And I'm getting so much mail and interest from people that are seeing it now during the pandemic. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, what's crazy is 90 million viewers.
Ow, I can't take your seat.
You don't have to. I'm wearing my hat. Charlene, at one point you guys were doing 90 million viewers. That's like almost half of what they do for the Super Bowl. There had to be a moment where you were, because I'm sure there's just cameras around and you don't really notice, where it just hit you how famous and how popular you were, because at one point you were on the cover of more than 50 magazines. Like, when did that, was there a specific moment where you were like, oh, I'm really famous?
Back in the 80s, I was a model for Revlon. I did Revlon Disco Bright Wonder Girl makeup or something, and was in South Africa doing a personal appearance in Cape Town, and my manager had told the organizers, you don't have enough publicity, enough security for Charlene Tilton at this appearance. And they said, we just had Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Curtin a couple months ago. We know what we're doing. And I was so embarrassed because my manager said, no, you don't have enough. And I said, would you stop it? You know, just leave it alone. Well, guess what? They had like 10,000 more people show up.
Whoa.
And part of like the third story of the mall collapsed. It was like,
what? Oh my goodness.
It's like the Beatles.
That's like when Al goes out.
In South Africa, that show was amazing. It was crazy.
Wow.
And I was so young.
Mania.
It did not hit me until after I was done with the show. I was too young and just too busy working. I really didn't get the impact until now. I'm a slow learner.
Wow. Well, you are a rock star forever and ever. Charlene Tilton, thank you so much for being here. Albert. Oh my gosh, I can't. Charlene, thank you. We'll be right back. Thanks, Charlene.
Love you and blessings to all of you. Thank you.
Love you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Let's verify. Is it normal for younger people to experience stronger vaccine side effects? Our sources are two doctors, Dr. Limbaugh from the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center and Dr. Latasha Perkins from the Georgetown University School of Medicine. We also looked at resources from the FDA and the CDC. The short answer here, according to our experts, is yes.
The reason you're seeing those side effects is because you have a robust immune system.
When we're younger, we tend to mount a bigger and stronger immune reaction, if you will. And that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing.
Take this breakdown of the Pfizer vaccine posted on the CDC website. It shows that people 55 and under had fever after the second dose about 16% of the time, compared to just 11% for those older than 55 when compared to placebo.
That is not something to be concerned about. It's something to be happy about because it means your immune system works.
And our experts emphasize that you should get that vaccine. The side effects are typically mild or moderate, and they go away after a day or two.
So you're doing yourself and you're doing others a huge favor.
So we can verify that yes, younger people do tend to get stronger reactions to the COVID-19 vaccine, but our experts say this is absolutely not a reason to avoid it.
It's not fun, but it's definitely worth it to help, get the country that much closer to some immunity.
With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozloff.
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. You're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
This is where I'm going to push back.
Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk off the set.
You should.
This February, DBL is all new.
I agree with Al on this one.
Every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo.
I'm in control.
We're out of time. Here's what's coming up. Ashley Judd's brush with death. Wait till you hear the unbelievable ordeal she went through in the African jungle. And we're giving one lucky viewer a bunch of luxury goodies worth $1,600. We'll tell you how it could all be yours. DBL is new every day. We'll be right back.
Is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Good job, Al. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Tori joins us from home.
Our commercial conversations are so fascinating.
We just found out that Albert Jackson knows a lot about geology, you guys.
I know two things.
He's a brainiac.
Wait, what were you guys saying?
We were talking about the 3 different types of rocks, and Al
because you
knew all
were
3.
a geology major, or you wanted to be.
I loved geology, and then I found out I wasn't very good at it. And then Al is very good at it and never even took geology.
But I taught 7th grade, so you learn all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Tori, we were having so much fun in studio. It's amazing.
Oh, he's
You're
trying to make Tori jealous. Okay. All right, let's get to the top. Don't worry, Tori. It's not that fun in here. Okay, so Ashley Judd.
Jeez.
Well, I just don't want her to feel bad.
So you make us feel bad?
Thank you, Sam. I love you.
Love you, Tori. It's okay. Let's talk about Ashley Judd because she is recovering after a near-death experience in the African rainforest. The actress was in the Congo studying bonobos, an ape that exists only in remote parts of the rainforest, when she tripped on a fallen tree and broke her leg in 4 places. She chronicled the grueling 55-hour ordeal on Instagram, praising her Congolese brothers and sisters for essentially saving her life. Wow. She said her leg had to be reset twice while she was lying on the jungle floor. She was then carried out of the jungle in a hammock for 3 hours. She traveled then another 6 hours on a motorbike over rough terrain to reach a spot where she could eventually be airlifted to a hospital in South Africa. She spoke to Nicholas Kristof from the New York Times about her recovery.
I would show you this beautiful, it's called an external fixator that I have on my leg because there was such massive soft tissue damage. We can't actually touch the bones for another sort of 10 days. Yeah, my dad actually wants me to turn around and show you my leg.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. It's a thing of beauty for right now.
Talk about bravery. I mean, Tori, the amount of pain she must have been in just to get to that place to be airlifted, especially when your leg is shattered and then you're on a motorbike in rough terrain. Every single bump, I can only imagine, was excruciating.
Yeah, Sam, I went deep in this because I'm always interested in medical emergencies and like how people get out of them in remote places. I don't know why. She had to bite down on a stick after because some man, which is an amazing human being, had to lift her foot and put it back in place and put his foot underneath her leg for the 3 hours on the jungle floor so that it wouldn't move, so that the nerve damage wouldn't get worse. Then when she was put on that motorbike, if you can see her, she starts passing out and they keep waking her up during that 6-hour journey. So this woman really suffered a lot, but these people risked their lives to save hers. It was a harrowing journey, and these people deserve all the praise and some money, maybe. How about some money?
That's right. And Tori, like when I saw the story, my first thought was Jeff. Honestly, man, I thought about you. Yes, because Jeff, again, we all know Jeff will sit here.
Don't compliment me when Tori's on.
we will sit here, and Jeff will just sit here during a segment, and he's been not only all over the world, but you've been to kind of remote places in the world. Has there ever been a situation where you're like, you know, I'm kind of scared, or like if something happens here, there's no land for miles, or there's no help for hours?
When I did Around the World for free, I got a great story for you, by the way, for Paris Hilton coming up. So wait for that.
Oh.
But it's, we're not doing Paris Hilton. Oh,
Good one.
Good one. Now I'm just at a loss. She got engaged. Congratulations, Paris Hilton. Good for you. But now I'm just thrown. I just want to tell you stories. Do you want to hear the Paris Hilton story?
Yes.
Instead of Ashley Judd?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it doesn't even go. Good for Ashley Judd. I don't know. There's like a bush fix, maybe eat a nut. They got like powerful medicines in Amazon. Wow. You know, I'm so far like in my head, I don't even know what's going on.
Leave Jeff alone, everybody. Let's just give Jeff a moment. All right. Taylor Swift.
Threw me for a loop.
Taylor Swift could be adding to her massive Grammy collection when her re-recorded album comes out. As we told you last week, Taylor has re-recorded her 2008 album Fearless, and a new version of her hit song Love Story is already out. Now, it looks like both the new album and song are eligible for Grammy contention. According to the Recording Academy, new performances and albums are eligible if they were recorded within the last 5 years of the original. So this has happened before. In the 1990s, after the success of the movie Pretty Woman, Roy Orbison won a Grammy for the re-recording of his 1964 song, and Elton John won a Grammy when he re-recorded Candle in the Wind in 1990. Boo what?
That's not fair.
What are you talking about?
Well, Sam, here's what I'm talking about. There are people that recorded brand new songs that are now going up against a song that has already been judged to be good enough to have gotten a Grammy the first time, and it's got familiarity in the market, and so that's unfair to the new songs that are just trying to entrench themselves.
You're assuming that she's going to want Grammy noms. I don't think she does. She has enough Grammy noms.
I agree, Sam.
She's got 41.
Tori agrees with me. Yeah, she's got 41 Grammy noms. She's not going to ask for another Grammy nom.
But listen, Tori, I want to hear I'm with Al for sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to die in this hill with Al.
Thank you. Tori, how am I wrong on this?
Okay, so first off, it's not like double jeopardy because the person can put new spin on it. I've listened to the new Taylor Swift Love Story, and it's a grown-up version with a different beat. It's a little slower. There's a different interpretation. But do I think Sam's right? Yeah, she is hyper aware, like Sam said in the meeting, of her brand. And this would not do well for her. I don't think she puts herself out there to get overexposed. But I will say, notice she's wearing a different shirt on this Love Story. It's Romeo's shirt because she doesn't need a Romeo to save her. She's saving herself.
Oh, it's a different story because she's wearing a different song because she's wearing a different shirt. That's your argument.
That's not what I said at all.
Okay, speaking of music, I have to show you guys something really cool. Really, really cool. Have you guys ever wondered what music from the prehistoric era sounds like?
No.
18,000 years ago, because they found this conch.
Yes.
Okay, do you want to hear what it sounds like? This is what cavemen and women partied to. Let's listen. That's amazing. It's amazing! You guys! That's music from 18,000 years ago. Now, mind you, they just blew into it, so it's a new set of lungs, but that's what we would have heard 18,000 years ago. What's wrong, Al?
Do we have random drug tests here at DBL?
What are you talking about?
Because that's not you. That was not music.
Yes,
that
it is.
How do you know that they played that as music?
Because it had a hole in the conch shell.
Yeah, maybe somebody dropped it.
No, Albert, it had a perfect hole so they could jam out to this. This is amazing.
You know what? Actually, in Judaism, they use a ram's horn as a shofar to call people for prayer, and it's so loud it brought people for prayer. So perhaps this was a gathering call.
This was actually before all that, Tori. This is like prehistoric era. Yeah. So this is what they did to try and entertain themselves.
Should have done the Paris
I
Hilton
want
story.
everyone to know that I sat down and wrote down all my ideas to pitch stories and talked to my boss. We've done none of them. Now we're doing a drop conch.
Every night.
Just for everyone.
I send in stories every night.
This one made it.
And a lot of the
claim this story at all. I wouldn't claim this.
Okay, I think that's pretty darn cool. We'll be right back.
You think that was cool?
Very cool, Albert. Very, very cool.
It's Black History Month, and DBL is recognizing Black leaders who are making history right now. By the age of 12, Naeem Hudson already traveled the world, delivering motivational speeches to other kids, offering support to victims of bullying, building up confidence, and teaching self-love. He's 16 now and still motivating youth.
With no mistakes, with no lessons, then there's no growth as a person.
Closed captioning provided by
You like cheese, Jeff? I don't know. I'm hungry. How about you guys? Again! Which cheese and meat? Favorite. Cooking a lot. My rear end is going to have its own zip code soon. Is it lime? Give me an example of how he sticks his foot in his mouth.
Pineapple.
Pineapple! Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Summers, and I thought it might be fun to unwrap some brownies. And when you're here in Denver, you want to
I'm here, JR. Want to talk to me?
Lucy, what the hell are you doing here?
Nice to see you, too.
This February, DBL is all new every day.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay. Like, it is such a joke. I was shocked.
I meant for you to chime in on.
I don't know what you're saying. DBL is just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year. Welcome back to DBL. Perrian Roberts was known as the Black Widow who rose to the top of a drug empire. After serving time, she transformed her life and is now helping others. Her story is being featured on American Gangster Trap Queens on BET. We have a special look in True Crime Chronicles.
I love making millions. I was making $1 to $2 million a month, and that was just play money right there.
Meet real-life trap queen, Perrian Roberts.
I was the original queen of the South.
She never planned on becoming a drug queen or the Black Widow. Perrian grew up in Huntsville, Alabama with her siblings. She loved her parents, but her childhood consisted of watching them fight in an abusive relationship. She later went to college at Alabama A&M. That's where she met her boyfriend, who sold marijuana on the side. Once he got caught and was sent to prison, Perrian continued his work on the streets. Years later, she expanded into the cocaine game and teamed up with her cousin. She combined their two crews and became the leader. Perrian slowly learned how to run the streets and operate as a female. She defied all stereotypes, being a young, educated black woman. No one suspected her of running a drug empire.
I felt like the world belonged to me.
She reigned from 1984 to 2004, making her the longest reigning drug dealer in the country. She became even more successful and hidden by studying police officers, their shift changes, and anyone who became suspicious of her. The hiding and hard work eventually caught up. In 2004, she was praying for a way out, but ended up getting busted. Perrian was sentenced to 21 years on drug-related charges, but only served 2 years.
No matter what you do in life, you can change.
And earlier, Tori and Lindsay spoke with Perrian about her journey. Take a look.
We have Perrian Roberts here with us. Thank you so much for coming on DBL. Now, you have a fascinating story, okay? Going from drug queen of the South to an advocate for social justice. You were this young, educated woman studying at college who rose her way to the top of a drug ring. How did you go down that path?
I really, I think it really started with me seeing the abuse, my dad abusing my mother, and then going to school and then meeting a guy that was involved in criminal activities and drugs. So I learned from him how to run the streets, how to operate in the streets as a female and as a controller. He taught me all of that.
Now, Perrian, I watch a lot of movies, and I think I know what it's like to run a drug ring.
No,
but you truly know what it's like. So tell me, like, were you ever scared for your life, and what actually happened?
No, I actually was never scared for my life because I didn't ever put myself in a predicament to be afraid. And I had people that was around me that basically protected me anyways.
You were known as the Black Widow and Queen Pin of Alabama. What was the meaning, and how does that make you feel hearing that? Does it make you feel that kind of control again?
I started embracing it because I'm like, okay, a Black Widow, she's the one. You know, the Black Widow kills her husband or whatever, a spider husband or whatever.
Her spider husband.
And she, yeah, she's controlling, you know, and she rules, you know. Everyone is afraid of the Black Widow.
Do you ever get tempted to go back to the old you?
No. No, I like the new me. And because I ran for so long and I got tired, and it's very tiresome. You know, in order to dodge the police and not just the police, but you have people in the streets that dislike you, and they want to see you off the streets because they can't be in the position that you're in.
You were sentenced to 21 years in prison, but you served only 2. Explain that.
I went in March 04. I made parole March 06. Wow. 2 years to the door. But within that, I also filed lawsuits against the Department of Corrections because of the conditions that was in the prison and how the women was being treated.
And you've completely turned your life around. And you talked about helping youth and incarcerated women stay on the right path. So tell me, what is some of the advice that you give to them?
You have to know who you are as a person, because a lot of time people are mostly followers when they get trapped up in a lot of stuff. And so you have to start loving yourself and know what you want to do with your life. And do you want to change? You have to want to change. If you don't change yourself or want to change, there's nothing I can do to help you.
What have you done in your life now that you think you're most proud of?
What I'm most proud of today is I received a full pardon 7 years after I was incarcerated. And that is something that Alabama rarely gives, is a full pardon.
Yeah.
Also, with helping young people, since I've been home, turning their life around and going back to school, even though they had been in some trouble. I started the lawsuit against Alabama to have ex-felons to be able to vote.
Wow.
And we won that in 2017.
Wow.
So I'm very active in the community and helping the homeless. I still do all of that. So I'm proud of those accomplishments.
Well said. Well, you can all learn more about Perrian's story in a new episode of BET's American Gangster Trap Queens. Perrian, thank you so much for enlightening us about that lifestyle and for also turning your life around and giving back for social justice and prison reform. It's so important, and we need people like you. Thank you so, so much. We'll be right back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We all know that.
You take your food and store it outside until power comes back. Why are we talking about this? Well, millions of people are without power due to winter storms, and while their refrigerators are thawing inside their homes, outside their homes, temperatures are below freezing. To find out, we checked with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and research from North Dakota State University. Both say storing your food outside is a bad idea because of variable temperatures, unsanitary outdoor conditions, and/or disturbances by animals. The DHHS says when food is stored outside, it can, quote, enter the danger zone of temps getting too warm to safely eat later on. Now, this can even happen from food getting hit by sunlight. So no, according to the DHHS, you shouldn't store food outside even if it's cold out. That's verified. But that doesn't mean your food has to go to waste. The DHHS suggests using your fridge or freezer as an old-fashioned ice box. Put ice inside the fridge to keep the temperatures down until power comes back. You can also put food in a cooler and keep it in an unheated area like a garage. Oh, and last thing, when power does come back, check your food. If any perishable food has been above 40 degrees for about 2 hours or more, you should toss it. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
Welcome back to DBL. Valentine's Day might be over, but we're helping one lucky viewer keep the romance alive. We are giving away a luxury date night at home valued at more than $1,600. Stephanie is here to tell us all about it. Hey, Steph.
Seriously, you guys, take a look at all this stuff. I've got $1,600 worth of goodies here, and one lucky couple is going to get it all. So, Sam, these are for you. Imagine slipping into these Pia Gladys Perry Luxe loungewear. And these, check out these badly glazed Mishka sandals. Talk about setting the mood. Glitzy.
Yeah, hello, am I allowed to enter this?
I think go for it, love. I think they're beautiful. No? Oh, never mind. Okay, well, Jeff, maybe you can get Jordan to enter because I've got the ultimate spa night for you guys at home, for you and Jordan. So open up a nice bottle of Michael Solberg wine and put on these matching fat towels and robes so you can unwind. And as well as this Young Living Ultimate, look at this, spa set. Comes with a diffuser, massage oil, and a bath bomb. And check out these for facials. Foreo Luna. How amazing are these? Get all that dead skin off.
Jeff.
Why does my gift have to be a fat towel?
It wasn't.
Snuggly at home. Okay, whatever. Well, Al, I've got something for you too. Check this out. Look at these fabulous Pierre Gladys Perry Look Silk Sheets. Silky smooth.
Ooh.
And these delicious Mignon chocolates. Ooh. Yummy.
I need those in my life. Silk sheets and chocolates. Sounds like a great night.
And silk sheets, Steph, they help prevent wrinkles.
Yeah.
And they help lay your hair down.
It's so true. Honestly, seriously, DBL
true.
Nation, it is true.
It is true.
Silk sheets lessen wrinkles?
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Sam's telling the truth.
Yeah, they help with wrinkles because you don't have as much like constriction on your face.
If you're sleeping in silk sheets, you don't have any worries in life. That's why you don't have any wrinkles.
Yeah, I'll stop you two guys going to get your Brotox or whatever you like to call it. So all of our DBL Nation who actually wants to relax, all of this could be yours. So head on over to our website, dailyblastlive.com, to enter, and the giveaway ends on February the 26th. So go enter now. Back to you guys.
Yes, Stephanie. She's always got the goods.
I have silk pillowcases, and they're awesome.
And why do you have silk pillowcases?
Because I have the cooling pillow and it allows the cold to come through. I'm a fancy man tonight, Jeff. You know we spray our pillow with a little lavender?
I got that from you, actually.
Thank you, Jeff Schroeder, for giving me that credit, because Al has yet to give me that credit.
I didn't know that you were the genesis of lavender.
I told you about lavender about 3+ years ago.
No, I'm sorry, Sam. Things have happened since then.
Okay. Thank you, Stephanie. We love you. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Let's verify. Is it normal for younger people to experience stronger vaccine side effects? Our sources are two doctors, Dr. Limbaugh from the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center and Dr. Latasha Perkins from the Georgetown University School of Medicine. We also looked at resources from the FDA and the CDC. The short answer here, according to our experts, is yes.
The reason you're seeing those side effects is because you have a robust immune system.
When we're younger, we tend to mount a bigger and stronger immune reaction, if you will. And that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing.
Take this breakdown of the Pfizer vaccine posted on the CDC website. It shows that people 55 and under had fever after the second dose about 16% of the time, compared to just 11% for those older than 55 when compared to placebo.
That is not something to be concerned about. It's something to be happy about, because it means your immune system works.
And our experts emphasize that you should get that vaccine. The side effects are typically mild or moderate, and they go away after a day or two.
So you're doing yourself and you're doing others a huge favor.
So we can verify that yes, younger people do tend to get stronger reactions to the COVID-19 vaccine, but our experts say this is absolutely not a reason to avoid it.
It's not fun, but it's definitely worth it to help, get the country that much closer to some immunity.
With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozloff.
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. You're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
This is where I'm going to push back.
Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk up the set.
You should.
This February, DBL is all new.
I agree with Al on this one.
Every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo.
I'm in control.
DBL. Our series Nighttime Soap Stars Where Are They Now continues with Joan Van Ark live on the show. She's reliving her popular run on Knots Landing and revealing backstage secrets. That's tomorrow only on DBL.
All right, so we're getting a lot of conch comments. Shauna says, Sam, you're right. It was cool. Al, you're so negative. Linda says, I can name that tune in one note. I'm actually really upset because that's a person recently that blew into the conch, and if you would have had a very experienced conch blower, we would have had like a full-on new jam.
Yeah, but you can't just invent a job. Nobody is an experienced conch blower.
Many people are experienced conch blowers.
Prehistoric conch blowers?
Michael Dean, our producer, is an experienced conch blower.
But
they should have hired
he
him.
Michael, we need you.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
About today on Daily Blast Live.
COVID vaccines for all by July? That's what President Biden is saying. But are you feeling jealous of others who get it while you wait for your turn? It's like right out of a movie. Ashley Judd's grueling 55-hour rescue in the Congo. The catastrophic accident that left her calling for help in the middle of a rainforest. In today's True Crime Chronicles, a woman known as the Black Widow rises to the top of a drug empire. How she turned her life around after nearly 30 years on the streets.
You have to want to change.
And our series Nighttime Soap Stars Where Are They Now continues. Charlene Tilton is on DBL Live today, dishing all about her time on Dallas.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It is Wednesday, February 17th. I'm Sam, here with Jeff and Al. Tori joins us from home. Now, hi Tori. Before we get into everything, we want to take a quick moment and reach out to so many of you who are in the path of this historic winter storm, and specifically to the millions of people in Texas who are still without power, struggling to stay warm. We hope you are staying safe. We are with you in spirit. Please take care of yourself and one another as best as possible. So moving on to what the president said yesterday in Milwaukee, speaking at a town hall on CNN, he offered some hope, saying that people who want a COVID vaccine will be able to get it by the end of July, and he predicts things will be back to normal by Christmas. There was also this very heartwarming moment with a second grader who was worried about coronavirus. Take a look.
You're the safest group of people in the whole world, number one. Number two, you're not likely to be able to be exposed to something and spread it to mommy or daddy. And it's not likely mommy and daddy are able to spread it to you either. So I wouldn't worry about it, baby, I promise you.
And speaking of vaccines, how many of you have seen your friends or your family posting photos like this, getting vaccinated? Well, it turns out that's making people feel vaccine envy. That's what people are calling it, okay? So you have felt jealous. So if you have felt jealous at all because you don't have it yet, please write us in. Tori, what do you make of this? Do you feel any sort of vaccine envy?
Zero. I don't. Some people might react this way. I was very happy for every single human being in America, an American that got it. Now, do I think that, for instance, teachers should be more prioritized? Yes, because I think that shows how awfully we treat our teachers. But at no time did I feel envy. I was just like, waiting my turn. I don't have that in me. I'm happy we're all getting that together.
I have a little envy. I mean, I'm happy everyone's getting it, and I'm waiting my turn as well. But I want it today. Like, if someone calls me and says, hey, you could come, I'm in there. I'm in there right after work. So I have a little envy. I want to get on with my life. I really, really miss, like, just the socialization with other people, eating at a restaurant, sitting at a bar. I'm envious of that, for sure.
I think you speak for a lot of people, Jeff. I truly do. So,
if he's feeling envious, how can you only imagine, to Tori's point, how many teachers or caretakers must feel envy knowing that they could get exposed to COVID so much faster and easier than anybody else?
Yeah, I have a friend that got it. I talked to him 2 days ago, and he got it, and I was like, how'd you get it so quick? He was like, I'm a bartender. I'm considered essential.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to put the teachers on that list.
Yeah.
Wow. Very important. Okay, so do you all remember the white woman who was dubbed Central Park Karen? How could we forget? Well, her name is Amy Cooper. She had been facing charges for making a false police report against a black man. Well, now the Manhattan DA has decided to drop those charges. Amy Cooper was offered an alternative restorative justice resolution, and after 5 sessions with a therapist, she's completed that program. One interesting note, the man in the incident, Christian Cooper, says he never received a personal apology. Now, we do know that Amy gave a public apology, but never did she give him a personal one. So the question is, did she get punished enough? And if not, what would justice look like in this situation? What a shame, Al. That makes my blood boil. I mean, if I hurt someone's feelings, I'm going to make sure that I give you a personal apology, let alone threaten someone's life by calling the cops on them.
Sam, she went to 5 sessions, and anybody that's been to any kind of mental health knows you're done at 5. I mean, it's really the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my... I mean, what was the test? Just like, black people are cars, apples, people. Okay, you're done. It's ridiculous.
Sorry, I'm laughing.
And I just would love to hear one black man ever use the phrase, hey, man, I got out early. You got bailed? No, I got an alternative justice solution resolution.
We're joking. I mean, you're joking. You're making us laugh. But it is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It is.
It's
Jeff has tears in his eyes, and I love when he does. I really does.
Well, because I didn't think you were going to go there.
What should happen to Amy Cooper then, Tori, in your opinion?
Well, first of all, she was so public that at some point letting this go seems such a waste of what we kind of fought all summer for, because it's just an insult to injury. I mean, she changed her voice. She said, I'm being attacked by a black man. I mean, we all saw what happened to George Floyd, and she was calling police to weaponize a black man and perhaps come armed. I mean, that whole thing was such a baiting moment. So for me, I definitely think she should see some kind of a misdemeanor charge or probation, or at least maybe some jail time. But letting her go is just like, we have white justice and we have black justice, and we're being super honest about it. It's so embarrassing.
Well said, Tori, well said. Okay, so we do have some sad news to report. Rush Limbaugh, the controversial conservative talk radio host, has died. He was 70 years old. His wife, Catherine, made the announcement on his radio show today. Limbaugh was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer in January of last year. Shortly afterwards, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family. Wow. Really sad news. So coming up on DBL, our week-long series, Nighttime Soap Stars. Where are they now? Continues with Charlene Tilton from Dallas. She is live, you guys.
Can I wear that on the show? A 10-gallon hat with a...
Sure, why not?
All right, I'm talking to Carrie about that.
She's live, and she will tell us what working with the legendary Larry Hagman was like. Plus, former drug queen pin, Perrian Roberts, how she went from running a criminal empire to reforming her life in True Crime Chronicles. And fast food workers go on strike demanding a higher minimum wage. Your comments are next in DBL Take.
You like cheese, Jeff? I don't know. I'm hungry. How about you guys? Again! Which cheese and meat? Favorite? Cooking a lot. My rear end is going to have its own zip code soon. Is it lime? Give me an example of how he sticks his foot in his mouth.
Pineapple.
Pineapple! Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Summers, and I thought it might be fun to unwrap some brownies. And when you're here in Denver, you want to
This February, DBL is all new every day.
Hold on.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay. Like, it is such a joke. I was shocked.
I meant for you to chime in on. I don't know what you're saying.
DBL is just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year.
Welcome back to DBL. A big shout out to our coworkers tuning in from home during the pandemic. We miss you guys. Welcome back to DBL. Today, fast food workers in 15 cities are going on strike and demanding a $15 minimum wage. This could be the first increase since 2009 as part of a pandemic relief bill. Currently, the federal minimum wage is $7.25. Those on strike say they weren't making enough to live on before the pandemic, while others fear this will increase the price of fast food and result in less jobs. So DBL Nation, we always want to hear from you. Should fast food workers be paid more? Let's talk about it. Also, we're going to want you guys right now to go to dblvote.com. Let us know if you think the minimum wage for fast food workers should be raised to $15 an hour. Now I'm going to read your comments. We're going to weigh in. Let's start with you, Tori. Val from Facebook says, I know people who started off at the drive-thru and now manage or even own a franchise. That's how you get paid.
I completely disagree with you respectfully. You get paid by a country that values your hard work and understands inflation and the theory of economics. And they did a study and they said if you were making minimum wage, in how many towns could you afford a one-bedroom apartment, just a comfortable one that isn't rat infested? And the answer, Sam, was 0. That's not how you get paid. That's called completely non-investing in our constituents.
Jeff, you're going to take this next comment. Gail from Facebook says, I'm out of work and would only consider applying for a fast food job if it paid more than what it cost me for a babysitter.
That makes sense, right? I mean, things cost money, and prices are raising on everything, right? So why isn't our payment raising as well? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why it took so long, but I'm happy they're doing it for sure.
Awesome.
Marvin from Facebook says,
I love that name, Marvin.
I would rather there be.
Sound like your favorite old black uncle? That's just like Uncle Marvin's on those burgers on the grill.
Marvin says, I would rather there be more jobs available instead of current workers getting more money.
It's interesting that, like, let's go back to, like, when the pandemic first hit. Do you remember that? Like, who was at work? It was our fast food workers. When we told everybody to stay at home, fast food workers, they went to work. It's interesting. I always say watch out for we talk about the N word a lot. I think about the H word, and that's the word hero. I feel like anytime somebody calls you a hero, you should watch out because that means that they're not about to pay you. We call our teachers heroes.
Right.
Wow. We don't call people that sell junk bonds in venture capitalists heroes, do we? But who do we pay? We don't pay our teachers. We don't pay our servicemen. We don't pay our fast food workers.
Well
but they're
said.
heroes because we don't want to pay them.
Well said. Okay, and I'll respond to Allison from YouTube who says, yes, they are frontline workers, to Al's point, but I'm more concerned about teachers getting paid more first. I don't think we can pick or choose. I think, listen, of course teachers 100% deserve to be paid more. But I also want to make sure that that minimum wage is raised for everybody, because when you think about the fact that $7.25, to Tori's point, can't even afford an apartment for you and your family to live in, something is wrong here. Not to mention, if you are a tipped worker, you are then making $2.13 an hour.
Buddy.
That's it. $2.13.
Yeah.
So it's a different type of minimum wage. What if you don't make that many tips that day? You can't survive and live off $2.
It's called the lunch shift.
So come on, you guys.
I've had many of those.
You make no money.
Me too.
Me too. If people aren't drinking, it's over.
We've all been in the service industry, and we've all gotten those paychecks after 2 weeks, and it's like $40.
Why is Tori using two hands to drink out of her mug? You six?
I wanted to show the cool Tom Petty mug. Okay, sorry.
Wow.
And 51% of you say no, you do not support a $15 minimum wage for fast food workers. Well, we can disagree.
Wow.
All right, coming up on DBL, meet a woman who ran a lucrative drug empire, but found the light and turned her life around. Her inspirational story later in True Crime Chronicles. But first, live on the show, Dallas star Charlene Tilton. She's sharing behind-the-scenes secrets in our special series, Nighttime Soap Stars, Where Are They Now?
This was when I noticed how white my son's teeth were and how yellow.
You take your food and store it outside until power comes back. Why are we talking about this? Well, millions of people are without power due to winter storms, and while their refrigerators are thawing inside their homes, outside their homes, temperatures are below freezing. To find out, we checked with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and research from North Dakota State University. Both say storing your food outside is a bad idea because of variable temperatures, unsanitary outdoor conditions, and/or disturbances by animals. The DHHS says when food is stored outside, it can, quote, enter the danger zone of temps getting too warm to safely eat later on. Now, this can even happen from food getting hit by sunlight. So no, according to the DHHS, you shouldn't store food outside even if it's cold out. That's verified. But that doesn't mean your food has to go to waste. The DHHS suggests using your fridge or freezer as an old-fashioned ice box. Put ice inside the fridge to keep the temperatures down until power comes back. You can also put food in a cooler and keep it in an unheated area like a garage. Oh, and last thing, when power does come back, check your food. If any perishable food has been above 40 degrees for about 2 hours or more, you should toss it. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
Welcome back to DBL. Dallas remains one of the most popular shows ever. Sometimes 90 million people tuned into a single episode. Today, we're catching up live with a star who helped make it a hit. Charlene Tilton is here. We're turning back time in our series Nighttime Soap Stars. Where are they now? And so, please welcome Charlene Tilton.
Anybody home? Hello.
I'm here, JR. Want to talk to me?
Lucy, what the hell are you doing here?
Oh, it's nice to see you, too.
Oh, you guys, there she is. It's Charlene Tilton. So we just watched a scene between your character, Lucy, and JR, played by Larry Hagman, of course. Yeah. You called him Uncle Larry. How close did you two become? I know that you guys were pretty good friends. Are you guys still, what was it like behind the scenes when you guys were acting together? Tell us.
Larry was a real force of nature. There's nobody like him. The minute we met, he had this big sort of bread truck thing that he would drive around in and had champagne, and he was the life of the party. He always kept us all together. So he was amazing. He was a real father figure to me. I learned a lot from him. One of the greatest actors ever. When you think about his comedic talent on I Dream of Jeannie, and then what he did with the character of JR, that was amazing. So, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Charlene, thanks for being here. I just wanted a quick question from you. You were one of the youngest characters on Dallas, but you almost didn't get the part because you were so young. Tell me about that.
I was 17. I had read in Dramalog, a magazine where they were casting for the part of Lucy Ewing, and I read the synopsis of the show and the character description. And Barbara Miller, who was a wonderful casting director, she has since passed away, was casting. And she had put me in 8 is Enough and other shows. And I snuck into the studio to Warner Brothers every day for about 2 weeks and went to the office and begged, don't try it now because security is too tight. You won't make it in. But finally, after 2 weeks of bombarding, she finally said, come back tomorrow at 5 o'clock. They would not give me a script to study, so that day I was supposed to come in. I went at 1 o'clock when I knew her and her assistant, Irene Mariano, were going to be at lunch. I went into her office, rifled through her desk, and stole the script and went and worked with my acting coach, Jeff Corey, and came in and did my audition at 5 o'clock that day.
That is bold.
I love those stories.
Dude, that's
those
bold.
are my favorite. Those are my
props.
I mean, that's how television works. It's just like these crazy stories about how things went down. And like, Charlene, honestly, talking to you is really talking to a part of my childhood, because I'm from the era where there was just one TV in the house, and my Aunt Marilyn watched Dallas more religiously than she went to church, and she was a church-going woman. So I have seen you, like, you have no idea. So I'm gonna wear, I'm gonna wear a 10-gallon hat in honor of you and Larry.
It's a good look, buddy.
Let me put some black man swag on there.
Now see, yeah. If you would have been on the show looking like that, Lucy would have been all over you, honey.
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
In fact, so we had Patrick Duffy on the other day, and he described Lucy as his very words were, sleeping with everybody, including the family tractor. I don't even know what that means, but I know. But Charlene, I wanted to ask you, when you were out and about in public, did you ever have any fans think that you were exactly like your character?
What I noticed was a difference. I am so petite. I'm only 5'2", and for some reason, when fans would come up to me, because I'm petite or whatever, they would touch me and grab my face and my hair and touch me. Where if they would come up to Victoria, because she's, got this elegance and beauty and this elegance to her, they would come up to her and love her, but they wouldn't like grab onto her and So mine was very different. But people were always so nice and they still are. So I'm just blessed. And during this pandemic, it is streaming, I think, on Amazon. So people are revisiting it or discovering it for the first time. And I'm getting so much mail and interest from people that are seeing it now during the pandemic. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, what's crazy is 90 million viewers.
Al, I can't
Charlene,
take you serious.
you don't have to. I'm wearing my hat. Charlene, at one point you guys were doing 90 million viewers. That's like almost half of what they do for the Super Bowl. There had to be a moment where you were, because I'm sure there's just cameras around and you don't really notice, where it just hit you how famous and how popular you were, because at one point you were on the cover of more than 50 magazines. Like, when did that, was there a specific moment where you were like, oh, I'm really famous?
Back in the 80s, I was a model for Revlon. I did Revlon Disco Bright Wonder Girl makeup or something, and was in South Africa doing a personal appearance in Cape Town, and my manager had told the organizers, you don't have enough publicity, enough security for Charlene Tilton at this appearance. And they said, we just had Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Curtin a couple months ago. We know what we're doing. And I was so embarrassed because my manager said, no, you don't have enough. And I said, would you stop it? You know, just leave it alone. Well, guess what? They had like 10,000 more people show up.
Whoa.
And part of like the third story of the mall collapsed. It was like,
what? Oh my goodness.
It's like the Beatles.
That's like when Hal goes out.
In South Africa, that show was amazing. It was crazy.
Wow.
And I was so young.
Mania.
It did not hit me until after I was done with the show. I was too young and just too busy working. I really didn't get the impact until now. I'm a slow learner.
Wow. Well, you are a rock star forever and ever. Charlene Tilton, thank you so much for being here. Albert. Oh my gosh, I can't. Charlene, thank you. We'll be right back. Thanks, Charlene.
Love you and blessings to all of you. Thank you.
Love you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Verify. Is it normal for younger people to experience stronger vaccine side effects? Our sources are two doctors, Dr. Limbaugh from the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center and Dr. Latasha Perkins from the Georgetown University School of Medicine. We also looked at resources from the FDA and the CDC. The short answer here, according to our experts, is yes.
The reason you're seeing those side effects is because you have a robust immune system.
When we're younger, we tend to mount a bigger and stronger immune reaction, if you will. And that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing.
Take this breakdown of the Pfizer vaccine posted on the CDC website. It shows that people 55 and under had fever after the second dose about 16% of the time, compared to just 11% for those older than 55 when compared to placebo.
That is not something to be concerned about. It's something to be happy about because it means your immune system works.
And our experts emphasize that you should get that vaccine. The side effects are typically mild or moderate, and they go away after a day or two.
So you're doing yourself and you're doing others a huge favor.
So we can verify that yes, younger people do tend to get stronger reactions to the COVID-19 vaccine, but our experts say this is absolutely not a reason to avoid it.
It's not fun, but it's definitely worth it to help, get the country that much closer to some immunity.
With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozloff.
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. You're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
And this is where I'm going to push back. Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk off the set.
You should. This February, DBL is all new. I agree with Al on this one every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo.
I'm in control, control.
out of time. Here's what's coming up. Ashley Judd's brush with death. Wait till you hear the unbelievable ordeal she went through in the African jungle. And we're giving one lucky viewer a bunch of luxury goodies worth $1,600. We'll tell you how it could all be yours. DBL is new every day. We'll be right back.
Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Job, Al. 2. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Tori joins us from home.
Our commercial conversations are so fascinating.
We just found out that Albert Jackson knows a lot about geology, you guys.
I know two things.
He's a brainiac.
Wait, what were you guys saying?
We were talking about the 3 different types of rocks, and Al
because you
knew all
were
3.
a geology major, or you wanted to be.
I loved geology, and then I found out I wasn't very good at it. And then Al is very good at it and never even took geology.
But I taught 7th grade, so you learn all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Tori, we are having so much fun in studio. It's amazing.
Oh, he's
You're
trying to make Tori jealous. Okay. All right, let's get to the top. Don't worry, Tori. It's not that fun in here. Okay, so
Thanks,
Ashley
Sam.
Jeez.
Well, I just don't want her to feel bad.
So you make us feel bad?
Thank you, Sam. I love you.
Love you, Tori. It's okay. Let's talk about Ashley Judd because she is recovering after a near-death experience in the African rainforest. The actress was in the Congo studying bonobos, an ape that exists only in remote parts of the rainforest, when she tripped on a fallen tree and broke her leg in 4 places. She chronicled the grueling 55-hour ordeal on Instagram, praising her Congolese brothers and sisters for essentially saving her life. Wow. She said her leg had to be reset twice while she was lying on the jungle floor. She was then carried out of the jungle in a hammock for 3 hours. She traveled then another 6 hours on a motorbike over rough terrain to reach a spot where she could eventually be airlifted to a hospital in South Africa. She spoke to Nicholas Kristoff from the New York Times about her recovery.
I would show you this beautiful, it's called an external fixator that I have on my leg because there was such massive soft tissue damage. We can't actually touch the bones for another sort of 10 days. Yeah, my dad actually wants me to turn around and show you my leg.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. It's a thing of beauty for right now.
Talk about bravery. I mean, Tori, the amount of pain she must have been in just to get to that place to be airlifted, especially when your leg is shattered and then you're on a motorbike in rough terrain. Every single bump, I can only imagine, was excruciating.
Yeah, Sam, I went deep in this because I'm always interested in medical emergencies and like how people get out of them in remote places. I don't know why. She had to bite down on a stick because some man, which is an amazing human being, had to lift her foot and put it back in place and put his foot underneath her leg for the 3 hours on the jungle floor so that it wouldn't move, so that the nerve damage wouldn't get worse. Then when she was put on that motorbike, if you can see her, she starts passing out and they keep waking her up during that 6-hour journey. So this woman really suffered a lot, but these people risked their lives to save hers. It was a harrowing journey, and these people deserve all the praise and some money, maybe. How about some money?
That's right. And Tori, like when I saw the story, my first thought was Jeff. Honestly, man, I thought about you. Yes, because Jeff, again, we all know Jeff will sit here.
Don't compliment me when Tori's on.
we will sit here, and Jeff will just sit here during a segment, and he's been not only all over the world, but you've been to kind of remote places in the world. Has there ever been a situation where you're like, you know, I'm kind of scared, or like if something happens here, there's no land for miles, or there's no help for hours?
When I did Around the World for free, I got a great story for you, by the way, for Paris Hilton coming up. So wait for that.
Oh.
But we're not doing Paris Hilton. Oh,
Good
well.
one.
Good one. Now I'm just at a loss. She got engaged. Congratulations, Paris Hilton. Good for you. But now I'm just thrown. I just want to tell you stories. Do you want to hear the Paris Hilton story?
Yes.
Instead of Ashley Judd?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it doesn't even go. Good for Ashley Judd. I don't know. There's like a bush fix. Maybe eat a nut. They got like powerful medicines in Amazon. Wow. You don't know. I'm so far like in my head. I don't even know what's going on.
Leave Jeff alone, everybody. Let's just give Jeff a moment. All right. Taylor Swift.
Threw me for a loop. Anyways.
Taylor Swift could be adding to her massive Grammy collection when her re-recorded album comes out. As we told you last week, Taylor has re-recorded her 2008 album Fearless, and a new version of her hit song Love Story is already out. Now, it looks like both the new album and song are eligible for Grammy contention. According to the Recording Academy, new performances and albums are eligible if they were recorded within the last 5 years of the original. So this has happened before. In the 1990s, after the success of the movie Pretty Woman, Roy Orbison won a Grammy for the re-recording of his 1964 song, and Elton John won a Grammy when he re-recorded Candle in the Wind in 1990. Boo what?
That's not fair.
What are you talking about?
Well, Sam, here's what I'm talking about. There are people that recorded brand new songs that are now going up against a song that has already been judged to be good enough to have gotten a Grammy the first time, and it's got familiarity in the market. And so that's unfair to the new songs that are just trying to entrench themselves.
You're assuming that she's going to want Grammy noms. I don't think she does. She has enough Grammy noms.
I agree, Sam.
She's got 41.
Tori agrees with me. Yeah, she's got 41 Grammy noms. She's not going to ask for another Grammy nom.
But listen, Tori, I want to hear I'm with Al for sure. Yeah. I'm going to die in this hill with Al.
Thank you. Tori, how am I wrong on this?
Okay, so first off, it's not like double jeopardy because the person can put new spin on it. I've listened to the new Taylor Swift Love Story, and it's a grown-up version with a different beat. It's a little slower. There's a different interpretation. But do I think Sam's right? Yeah, she is hyper aware, like Sam said in the meeting, of her brand. And this would not do well for her. I don't think she puts herself out there to get overexposed. But I will say, notice she's wearing a different shirt on this Love Story. It's Romeo's shirt because she doesn't need a Romeo to save her. She's saving herself.
Oh, it's a different story because she's wearing a different song because she's wearing a different shirt. That's your argument.
That's not what I said at all.
Okay, speaking of music, I have to show you guys something really cool. Really, really cool. Have you guys ever wondered what music from the prehistoric era sounds like?
No.
18,000 years ago, because they found this conch.
Yes.
Okay, do you want to hear what it sounds like? This is what cavemen and women partied to. Let's listen. It's amazing. It's amazing! You guys, that's music from 18,000 years ago. Now, mind you, they just blew into it, so it's a new set of lungs, but that's what we would have heard 18,000 years ago. What's wrong, Al?
Do we have random drug tests here at DBL?
What are you talking about?
Because that's not you. That was not music.
Yes,
that
it is.
How do you know that they played that as music?
Because it had a hole in the conch shell.
Yeah, maybe somebody dropped it.
No, Albert, it had a perfect hole so they could jam out to this. This is some
You know what?
amazing.
Actually, in Judaism, they use a ram's horn as a shofar to call people for prayer, and it's so loud it brought people for prayer. So perhaps this was a gathering call.
This was actually before all that, Tori. This is like prehistoric era. Yeah, so this is what they did to try and entertain themselves.
Should have done the Paris
I want
Hilton
everyone to
story.
know that I sat down and wrote down all my ideas to pitch stories and talked to my boss. We've done none of them. Now we're doing a story.
A drop every night.
Just for everyone's
I send in stories every night.
This one made it.
And a lot of the
claim this story at all. I wouldn't claim this.
Okay, I think that's pretty darn cool. We'll be right back.
Do you think that was cool?
Very cool, Albert. Very, very cool.
It's Black History Month, and DBL is recognizing Black leaders who are making history right now. By the age of 12, Naeem Hudson already traveled the world, delivering motivational speeches to other kids, offering support to victims of bullying, building up confidence, and teaching self-love. He's 16 now and still motivating youth.
With no mistakes, with no lessons, then there's no growth as a person.
Closed captioning provided by
You like cheese, Jeff? I don't know. I'm hungry. How about you guys? Again! Which cheese and meat? Favorite? Cooking a lot. My rear end is going to have its own zip code soon. Is it lime? Give me an example of how he sticks his foot in his mouth.
Pineapple.
Pineapple! Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Summers, and I thought it might be fun to unwrap some brownies. And when you're here in Denver, I want you to
This February, DBL is all new every day.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay. Like, it is such a joke. I was shocked.
I meant for you to chime in on. I don't know what you're saying. DBL is just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story. Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year. Welcome back to DBL. Perrian Roberts was known as the Black Widow who rose to the top of a drug empire. After serving time, she transformed her life and is now helping others. Her story is being featured on American Gangster Trap Queens on BET. We have a special look in True Crime Chronicles.
I love making millions. I was making $1 to $2 million a month, and that was just play money right there.
Meet real-life trap queen, Perrian Roberts.
I was the original queen of the South.
She never planned on becoming a drug queen or the Black Widow. Perrian grew up in Huntsville, Alabama with her siblings. She loved her parents, but her childhood consisted of watching them fight in an abusive relationship. She later went to college at Alabama A&M. That's where she met her boyfriend, who sold marijuana on the side. Once he got caught and was sent to prison, Perrian continued his work on the streets. Years later, she expanded into the cocaine game and teamed up with her cousin. She combined their two crews and became the leader. Perrian slowly learned how to run the streets and operate as a female. She defied all stereotypes, being a young, educated black woman. No one suspected her of running a drug empire.
I felt like the world belonged to me.
She reigned from 1984 to 2004, making her the longest reigning drug dealer in the country. She became even more successful and hidden by studying police officers, their shift changes, and anyone who became suspicious of her. The hiding and hard work eventually caught up. In 2004, she was praying for a way out, but ended up getting busted. Perrian was sentenced to 21 years on drug-related charges, but only served 2 years.
No matter what you do in life, you can change.
And earlier, Tori and Lindsay spoke with Perrian about her journey. Take a look.
We have Perrian Roberts here with us. Thank you so much for coming on DBL. Now, you have a fascinating story, okay? Going from drug queen of the South to an advocate for social justice. You were this young, educated woman studying at college who rose her way to the top of a drug ring. How did you go down that path?
I really, I think it really started with me seeing the abuse, my dad abusing my mother, and then going to school and then meeting a guy that was involved in criminal activities and drugs. So I learned from him how to run the streets, how to operate in the streets as a female and as a controller. He taught me all of that.
Now, Perrian, I watch a lot of movies, and I think I know what it's like to run a drug ring.
No,
but you truly know what it's like. So tell me, like, were you ever scared for your life, and what actually happened?
No, I actually was never scared for my life because I didn't ever put myself in a predicament to be afraid. And I had people that was around me that basically protected me anyways.
You were known as the Black Widow and Queen Pin of Alabama. What was the meaning, and how does that make you feel hearing that? Does it make you feel that kind of control again?
I started embracing it because I'm like, okay, a Black Widow, she's the one. You know, the Black Widow kills her husband or whatever, a spider husband or whatever.
Her spider husband.
And she, yeah, she's controlling, you know, and she rules, you know. Everyone is afraid of the Black Widow.
Do you ever get tempted to go back to the old you?
No. No, I like the new me. And because I ran for so long and I got tired, and it's very tiresome. You know, in order to dodge the police and not just the police, but you have people in the streets that dislike you, and they want to see you off the streets because they can't be in the position that you're in.
You were sentenced to 21 years in prison, but you served only 2. Explain that.
I went in March 04. I made parole March 06. Wow. 2 years to the door. But within that, I also filed lawsuits against the Department of Corrections because of the conditions that was in the prison and how the women was being treated.
And you've completely turned your life around. And you talked about helping youth and incarcerated women stay on the right path. So tell me, what is some of the advice that you give to them?
You have to know who you are as a person, because a lot of time people are mostly followers when they get trapped up in a lot of stuff. And so you have to start loving yourself and know what you want to do with your life. And do you want to change? You have to want to change. If you don't change yourself or want to change, there's nothing I can do to help you.
What have you done in your life now that you think you're most proud of?
What I'm most proud of today is I received a full pardon 7 years after I was incarcerated. And that is something that Alabama rarely gives, is a full pardon.
Yeah.
Also, with helping young people, since I've been home, turning their life around and going back to school, even though they had been in some trouble. I started the lawsuit against Alabama to have ex-felons to be able to vote.
Wow.
And we won that in 2017.
Wow.
So I'm very active in the community and helping the homeless. I still do all of that. So I'm proud of those accomplishments.
Well said. Well, you can all learn more about Perrian's story in a new episode of BET's American Gangster Trap Queens. Perrian, thank you so much for enlightening us about that lifestyle and for also turning your life around and giving back for social justice and prison reform. It's so important, and we need people like you. Thank you so, so much. We'll be right back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Take your food and store it outside until power comes back. Why are we talking about this? Well, millions of people are without power due to winter storms, and while their refrigerators are thawing inside their homes, outside their homes, temperatures are below freezing. To find out, we checked with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and research from North Dakota State University. Both say storing your food outside is a bad idea because of variable temperatures, unsanitary outdoor conditions, and/or disturbances by animals. The DHHS says when food is stored outside, it can, quote, enter the danger zone of temps getting too warm to safely eat later on. Now, this can even happen from food getting hit by sunlight. So no, according to the DHHS, you shouldn't store food outside even if it's cold out. That's verified. But that doesn't mean your food has to go to waste. The DHHS suggests using your fridge or freezer as an old-fashioned ice box. Put ice inside the fridge to keep the temperatures down until power comes back. You can also put food in a cooler and keep it in an unheated area like a garage. Oh, and last thing, when power does come back, check your food. If any perishable food has been above 40 degrees for about 2 hours or more, you should toss it. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
Welcome back to DBL. Valentine's Day might be over, but we're helping one lucky viewer keep the romance alive. We are giving away a luxury date night at home valued at more than $1,600. Stephanie is here to tell us all about it. Hey, Steph.
Seriously, you guys, take a look at all this stuff. I've got $1,600 worth of goodies here, and one lucky couple is going to get it all. So, Sam, these are for you. Imagine slipping into these Pierre Gladys Perry Luxe loungewear. And these, check out these badly glazed Mishka sandals. Talk about setting the mood. Glitzy.
Yeah, hello, am I allowed to enter this?
I think go for it, love. I think they're beautiful. No? Oh, never mind. Okay, well, Jeff, maybe you can get Jordan to enter because I've got the ultimate spa night for you guys at home, for you and Jordan. So open up a nice bottle of Michael Solberg wine and put on these matching fat towels and robes so you can unwind. And as well as this Young Living Ultimate, look at this, spa set. Comes with a diffuser, massage oil, and a bath bomb. And check out these for facials. Foreo Luna. How amazing are these? Get all that dead skin off.
Jeff.
Why does my gift have to be a fat towel?
It wasn't.
Snuggly at home. Okay, whatever. Well, Al, I've got something for you too. Check this out. Look at these fabulous Pierre Gladys Perry Luxe Silk sheets. Silky smooth. And these delicious Mignon chocolates. Yummy.
I need those in my life. Silk sheets and chocolates Sounds like a great night.
And silk sheets, Steph, they help prevent wrinkles.
Yeah.
And they help lay your hair down.
It's so true. Honestly, seriously,
not
DBL
true.
Nation, it is true.
It is true.
Silk
It is
sheets
true.
lessen wrinkles?
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Sam's telling the truth.
Yeah, they help with wrinkles because you don't have as much like constriction
no,
on your
if you're sleeping in
face.
silk sheets, you don't have any worries in life. That's why you don't have any wrinkles.
Yeah, I'll stop you two guys going to get your Brotox or whatever you like to call it. So all of our DBL Nation who actually wants to relax, all of this could be yours. So head on over to our website, dailyblastlive.com, to enter, and the giveaway ends on February the 26th. So go enter now. Back to you guys.
Yes, Stephanie, she's always got the
I have
goods.
silk pillowcases, and they're awesome.
And why do you have silk pillowcases?
Because I have the cooling pillow and it allows the cold to come through. I'm a fancy man tonight, Jeff. You know we spray our pillow with a little lavender?
I got that from you, actually.
Thank you, Jeff Schroeder, for giving me that credit, because Al has yet to give me that credit.
I didn't know that you were the genesis of lavender.
I told you about lavender about 3+ years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sam. Things have happened since then.
Okay. Thank you, Stephanie. We love you. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Let's verify. Is it normal for younger people to experience stronger vaccine side effects? Our sources are two doctors, Dr. Limbaugh from the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center and Dr. Latasha Perkins from the Georgetown University School of Medicine. We also looked at resources from the FDA and the CDC. The short answer here, according to our experts, is yes.
The reason you're seeing those side effects is because you have a robust immune system.
When we're younger, we tend to mount a bigger and stronger immune reaction, if you will. And that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing.
Take this breakdown of the Pfizer vaccine posted on the CDC website. It shows that people 55 and under had fever after the second dose about 16% of the time, compared to just 11% for those older than 55 when compared to placebo.
That is not something to be concerned about. It's something to be happy about because it means your immune system works.
And our experts emphasize that you should get that vaccine. The side effects are typically mild or moderate, and they go away after a day or two.
So you're doing yourself and you're doing others a huge favor.
So we can verify that yes, younger people do tend to get stronger reactions to the COVID-19 vaccine, but our experts say this is absolutely not a reason to avoid it.
It's not fun, but it's definitely worth it to help, get the country that much closer to some immunity.
With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozloff.
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. You're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
This is where I'm going to push back.
Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk up the set.
You should.
This February, DBL is all new.
I agree with Al on this one.
Every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo.
I'm in control, 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 control.
Tomorrow on DBL, Our series Nighttime Soap Stars, Where Are They Now? Continues with Joan Van Ark live on the show. She's reliving her popular run on Knots Landing and revealing backstage secrets. That's tomorrow only on DBL.
All right, so we're getting a lot of conch comments. Shauna says, Sam, you're right. It was cool. Al, you're so negative. Linda says, I can name that tune in one note. I'm actually really upset because that's a person recently that blew into the conch, and if you would have had a very experienced conch blower, we would have had like a full-on new jam.
Yeah, but you can't just invent a job. Nobody is an experienced conch blower.
Many people are experienced conch blowers.
Prehistoric conch blowers?
Michael Dean, our producer, is an experienced conch blower. They should have hired him.
Michael, we need you.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
About today on Daily Blast Live.
COVID vaccines for all by July? That's what President Biden is saying. But are you feeling jealous of others who get it while you wait for your turn? It's like right out of a movie. Ashley Judd's grueling 55-hour rescue in the Congo. The catastrophic accident that left her calling for help in the middle of a rainforest. In today's True Crime Chronicles, a woman known as the Black Widow rises to the top of a drug empire. How she turned her life around after nearly 30 years on the streets.
You have to want to change.
And our series Nighttime Soap Stars, Where Are They Now? Continues. Charlene Tilton is on DBL Live today, dishing all about her time on Dallas.
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It is Wednesday, February 17th. I'm Sam, here with Jeff and Al. Tori joins us from home. Now, hi Tori. Before we get into everything, we want to take a quick moment and reach out to so many of you who are in the path of this historic winter storm, and specifically to the millions of people in Texas who are still without power, struggling to stay warm. We hope you are staying safe. We are with you in spirit. Please take care of yourself and one another as best as possible. So moving on to what the president said yesterday in Milwaukee, speaking at a town hall on CNN, he offered some hope, saying that people who want a COVID vaccine will be able to get it by the end of July, and he predicts things will be back to normal by Christmas. There was also this very heartwarming moment with a second grader who was worried about coronavirus. Take a look.
You're the safest group of people in the whole world, number one. Number two, you're not likely to be able to be exposed to something and spread it to mommy or daddy. And it's not likely mommy and daddy are able to spread it to you either. So I wouldn't worry about it, baby, I promise you.
And speaking of vaccines, how many of you have seen your friends or your family posting photos like this, getting vaccinated? Well, it turns out that's making people feel vaccine envy. That's what people are calling it, okay? So you have felt jealous. So if you have felt jealous at all because you don't have it yet, please write us in. Tori, what do you make of this? Do you feel any sort of vaccine envy?
Zero. I don't. Some people might react this way. I was very happy for every single human being in America, an American that got it. Now, do I think that, for instance, teachers should be more prioritized? Yes, because I think that shows how awfully we treat our teachers. But at no time did I feel envy. I was just like, waiting my turn. I don't have that in me. I'm happy we're all getting that together.
I have a little envy. I mean, I'm happy everyone's getting it, and I'm waiting my turn as well. But I want it today. Like, if someone calls me and says, hey, you could come, I'm in there. I'm in there right after work. So I have a little envy. I want to get on with my life. I really, really miss, like, just the socialization with other people, eating at a restaurant, sitting at a bar. I'm envious of that, for sure.
I think you speak for a lot of people, Jeff. I truly do. So,
if he's feeling envious, how can you only imagine, to Tori's point, how many teachers or caretakers must feel envy knowing that they could get exposed to COVID so much faster and easier than anybody else?
Yeah, I have a friend that got it. I talked to him 2 days ago, and he got it, and I was like, how'd you get it so quick? He was like, I'm a bartender. I'm considered essential.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to put the teachers on that list.
Yeah.
Wow. Very important. Okay, so do you all remember the white woman who was dubbed Central Park Karen? How could we forget? Well, her name is Amy Cooper. She had been facing charges for making a false police report against a black man. Well, now the Manhattan DA has decided to drop those charges. Amy Cooper was offered an alternative restorative justice resolution, and after 5 sessions with a therapist, she's completed that program. One interesting note, the man in the incident, Christian Cooper, says he never received a personal apology. Now, we do know that Amy gave a public apology, but never did she give him a personal one. So the question is, did she get punished enough? And if not, what would justice look like in this situation? What a shame, Al. That makes my blood boil. I mean, if I hurt someone's feelings, I'm going to make sure that I give you a personal apology, let alone threaten someone's life by calling the cops on them.
She went to 5 sessions, and anybody that's been to any kind of mental health knows you're done at 5. I mean, it's really the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my... I mean, what was the test? Just like black people are cars, apples, people. Okay, you're done. It's ridiculous.
Sorry,
and I just would love to hear one black man ever use the phrase, hey, man, I got out early. You got bailed? No, I got an alternative justice solution resolution.
We're joking. I mean, you're joking. You're making us laugh. But it is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It is.
It's
Jeff has tears in his eyes, and I love when he does. I really does.
Well, because I didn't think you were going to go there.
What should happen to Amy Cooper then, Tori, in your opinion?
Well, first of all, she was so public that at some point letting this go seems such a waste of what we kind of fought all summer for, because it's just an insult to injury. I mean, she changed her voice. She said, I'm being attacked by a black man. I mean, we all saw what happened to George Floyd, and she was calling police to weaponize a black man and perhaps come armed. I mean, that whole thing was such a baiting moment. So for me, I definitely think she should see some kind of a misdemeanor charge or probation, or at least maybe some jail time. But letting her go is just like, we have white justice and we have black justice, and we're being super honest about it. It's so embarrassing.
Well said, Tori, well said. Okay, so we do have some sad news to report. Rush Limbaugh, the controversial conservative talk radio host, has died. He was 70 years old. His wife, Catherine, made the announcement on his radio show today. Limbaugh was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer in January of last year. Shortly afterwards, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family. Wow. Really sad news. So coming up on DBL, our week-long series, Nighttime Soap Stars. Where are they now? Continues with Charlene Tilton from Dallas. She is live, you guys.
Can I wear that on the show? A 10-gallon hat with a...
Sure, why not?
All right, I'm talking to Carrie about that.
She's live, and she will tell us what working with the legendary Larry Hagman was like. Plus, former drug queen pin, Perrian Roberts, how she went from running a criminal empire to reforming her life in True Crime Chronicles. And fast food workers go on strike demanding a higher minimum wage. Your comments are next in DBL Take.
You like cheese, Jeff? I don't know. I'm hungry. How about you guys? Again!
Which cheese and meat?
Favorite. Cooking a lot. My rear end is going to have its own zip code soon. Is it lime? Give me an example of how he sticks his foot in his mouth.
Pineapple.
Pineapple. Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Summers, and I thought it might be fun to unwrap some brownies. And when you're here in Denver, you want to
This February, DBL is all new every day.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay. Like, it is such a joke. I was shocked.
I meant for you to chime in on. I don't know what you're saying. DBL is just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story. Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year.
Welcome back to DBL. A big shout out to our co-workers tuning in from home during the pandemic. We miss you guys. Welcome back to DBL. Today, fast food workers in 15 cities are going on strike and demanding a $15 minimum wage. This could be the first increase since 2009 as part of a pandemic relief bill. Currently, the federal minimum wage is $7.25. Those on strike say they weren't making enough to live on before the pandemic, while others fear this will increase the price of fast food and result in less jobs. So DBL Nation, we always want to hear from you. Should fast food workers be paid more? Let's talk about it. Also, we're going to want you guys right now to go to dblvote.com. Let us know if you think the minimum wage for fast food workers should be raised to $15 an hour. Now I'm going to read your comments. We're going to weigh in. Let's start with you, Tori. Val from Facebook says, I know people who started off at the drive-thru and now manage or even own a franchise. That's how you get paid.
I completely disagree with you respectfully. You get paid by a country that values your hard work and understands inflation and the theory of economics. And they did a study and they said if you were making minimum wage, in how many towns could you afford a one-bedroom apartment, just a comfortable one that isn't rat infested? And the answer, Sam, was 0. That's not how you get paid. That's called completely non-investing in our constituents.
Jeff, you're going to take this next comment. Gail from Facebook says, I'm out of work and would only consider applying for a fast food job if it paid more than what it cost me for a babysitter.
That makes sense, right? I mean, things cost money, and prices are raising on everything, right? So why isn't our payment raising as well? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why it took so long, but I'm happy they're doing it for sure.
Awesome.
Marvin from Facebook says,
I love that name, Marvin.
I would rather there be.
Sound like your favorite old black uncle? That's just like Uncle Marvin's on those burgers on the grill.
Marvin says, I would rather there be more jobs available instead of current workers getting more money.
It's interesting that, like, let's go back to, like, when the pandemic first hit. Do you remember that? Like, who was at work? It was our fast food workers. When we told everybody to stay at home, fast food workers, they went to work. It's interesting. I always say watch out for we talk about the N word a lot. I think about the H word, and that's the word hero. I feel like anytime somebody calls you a hero, you should watch out because that means that they're not about to pay you. We call our teachers heroes.
Right.
Wow. We don't call people that sell junk bonds in venture capitalists heroes, do we? But who do we pay? We don't pay our teachers. We don't pay our servicemen. We don't pay our fast food workers. But they're heroes because we don't want to pay them.
Well said. Okay, and I'll respond to Allison from YouTube who says, yes, they are frontline workers, to Al's point, but I'm more concerned about teachers getting paid more first. I don't think we can pick or choose. I think, listen, of course, teachers 100% deserve to be paid more. But I also want to make sure that that minimum wage is raised for everybody, because when you think about the fact that $7.25, to Tori's point, can't even afford an apartment for you and your family to live in, something is wrong here. Not to mention, if you are a tipped worker, you are then making $2.13 an hour.
Buddy.
That's it. $2.13.
Yeah.
So it's a different type of minimum wage. What if you don't make that many tips that day? You can't survive and live off $2.
It's called the lunch shift.
So come on, you guys.
I've had many of those.
You make no money.
Me too.
Me too.
If people aren't drinking, it's over.
We've all been in the service industry, and we've all gotten those paychecks after 2 weeks, and it's like $40.
Why is Tori using two hands to drink out of her mug? You six?
I wanted to show the cool Tom Petty mug. Okay, sorry.
Wow.
And 51% of you say no, you do not support a $15 minimum wage for fast food workers. Well, we can disagree.
Wow.
All right. Coming up on DBL, meet a woman who ran a lucrative drug empire, but found the light and turned her life around. Her inspirational story later in True Crime Chronicles. But first, live on the show, Dallas star Charlene Tilton. She's sharing behind-the-scenes secrets in our special series, Nighttime Soap Stars, Where Are They Now?
This was...
You take your food and store it outside until power comes back. Why are we talking about this? Well, millions of people are without power due to winter storms, and while their refrigerators are thawing inside their homes, outside their homes, temperatures are below freezing. To find out, we checked with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and research from North Dakota State University. Both say storing your food outside is a bad idea because of variable temperatures, unsanitary outdoor conditions, and/or disturbances by animals. The DHHS says when food is stored outside, it can, quote, enter the danger zone of temps getting too warm to safely eat later on. Now, this can even happen from food getting hit by sunlight. So no, according to the DHHS, you shouldn't store food outside even if it's cold out. That's verified. But that doesn't mean your food has to go to waste. The DHHS suggests using your fridge or freezer as an old-fashioned ice box. Put ice inside the fridge to keep the temperatures down until power comes back. You can also put food in a cooler and keep it in an unheated area like a garage. Oh, and last thing, when power does come back, check your food. If any perishable food has been above 40 degrees for about 2 hours or more, you should toss it. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
Welcome back to DBL. Dallas remains one of the most popular shows ever. Sometimes 90 million people tuned into a single episode. Today, we're catching up live with a star who helped make it a hit. Charlene Tilton is here. We're turning back time in our series Nighttime Soap Stars. Where are they now? And so, please welcome Charlene Tilton.
Anybody home? Hello.
I'm here, JR. Want to talk to me?
Lucy, what the hell are you doing here?
Oh, it's nice to see you, too.
You guys, there she is. It's Charlene Tilton. So we just watched a scene between your character Lucy and JR, played by Larry Hagman, of course.
Yeah.
You called him Uncle Larry. How close did you two become? I know that you guys were pretty good friends. Are you guys still, what was it like behind the scenes when you guys were acting together? Tell us.
Larry was a real force of nature. There's nobody like him. The minute we met, he had this big sort of bread truck thing that he would drive around in and had champagne, and he was the life of the party. He always kept us all together. So he was amazing. He was a real father figure to me. I learned a lot from him. One of the greatest actors ever. When you think about his comedic talent on I Dream of Jeannie, and then what he did with the character of JR, that was amazing. So, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Charlene, thanks for being here. I just wanted a quick question from you. You were one of the youngest characters on Dallas, but you almost didn't get the part because you were so young. Tell me about that.
I was 17. I had read in Dramalog, a magazine where they were casting for the part of Lucy Ewing, and I read the synopsis of the show and the character description. And Barbara Miller, who was a wonderful casting director, she has since passed away, was casting. And she had put me in 8 Is Enough and other shows. And I snuck into the studio to Warner Brothers every day for about 2 weeks and went to the office and begged them, don't try it now because security is too tight, you won't make it in. But finally, after 2 weeks of bombarding, she finally said, come back tomorrow at 5 o'clock. They would not give me a script to study, so that day I was supposed to come in. I went at 1 o'clock when I knew her and her assistant, Irene Mariano, were going to be at lunch. I went into her office, rifled through her desk, and stole the script and went and worked with my acting coach, Jeff Corey, and came in and did my audition at 5 o'clock that day.
That is bold.
I love those stories.
Dude, that's
those
bold.
are my favorite. Those are my
props.
I mean, that's how television works. It's just like these crazy stories about how things went down. And like, Charlene, honestly, talking to you is really talking to a part of my childhood, because I'm from the era where there was just one TV in the house, and my Aunt Marilyn watched Dallas more religiously than she went to church, and she was a church-going woman. So I have seen you, like, you have no idea. So I'm gonna wear, I'm gonna wear a 10-gallon hat in honor of you and Larry.
It's a good look, buddy.
Let me put some black man swag on there.
Now see, yeah. If you would have been on the show looking like that, Lucy would have been all over you, honey.
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
In fact, so we had Patrick Duffy on the other day, and he described Lucy as his very words were, sleeping with everybody, including the family tractor. I don't even know what that means, but I know. But Charlene, I wanted to ask you, when you were out and about in public, did you ever have any fans think that you were exactly like your character?
What I noticed was a difference. I am so petite. I'm only 5'2", and for some reason, when fans would come up to me, because I'm petite or whatever, they would touch me and grab my face and my hair and touch me. Where if they would come up to Victoria, because she's, got this elegance and beauty and this elegance to her, they would come up to her and love her, but they wouldn't grab onto her and So mine was very different. But people were always so nice and they still are. So I'm just blessed. And during this pandemic, it is streaming, I think, on Amazon. So people are revisiting it or discovering it for the first time. And I'm getting so much mail and interest from people that are seeing it now during the pandemic. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, what's crazy is 90 million viewers.
Ow, I
Charlene,
can't take you serious.
you don't have to. I'm wearing my hat. Charlene, at one point you guys were doing 90 million viewers. That's like almost half of what they do for the Super Bowl. There had to be a moment where you were, because I'm sure there's just cameras around and you don't really notice, where it just hit you how famous and how popular you were, because at one point you were on the cover of more than 50 magazines. Like, when did that, was there a specific moment where you were like, oh, I'm really famous?
Back in the 80s, I was a model for Revlon. I did Revlon Disco Bright Wonder Girl makeup or something, and was in South Africa doing a personal appearance in Cape Town, and my manager had told the organizers, you don't have enough publicity, enough security for Charlene Tilton at this appearance, and they said, we just had Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Curtin a couple months ago, we know what we're doing. And I was so embarrassed because my manager said, no, you don't have enough, and I said, would you stop it? You know, just leave it alone. Well, guess what? They had like 10,000 more people show up.
Whoa.
And part of like the third story of the mall collapsed. It was like...
What? Oh, my goodness.
It's like the Beatles.
That's like when Al goes out.
In South Africa, that show was amazing. It was crazy.
Wow.
And I was so young.
Mania.
It did not hit me until after I was done with the show. I was too young and just too busy working. I really didn't get the impact until now. I'm a slow learner.
Wow. Well, you are a rock star forever and ever. Charlene Tilton, thank you so much for being here. Albert. Oh my gosh, I can't. Charlene, thank you. We'll be right back. Thanks, Charlene.
Love you and blessings to all of you. Thank you.
Love you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Let's verify. Is it normal for younger people to experience stronger vaccine side effects? Our sources are two doctors, Dr. Limbaugh from the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center and Dr. Latasha Perkins from the Georgetown University School of Medicine. We also looked at resources from the FDA and the CDC. The short answer here, according to our experts, is yes.
The reason you're seeing those side effects is because you have a robust immune system.
When we're younger, we tend to mount a bigger and stronger immune reaction, if you will. And that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing.
Take this breakdown of the Pfizer vaccine posted on the CDC website. It shows that people 55 and under had fever after the second dose about 16% of the time, compared to just 11% for those older than 55 when compared to placebo.
That is not something to be concerned about. It's something to be happy about because it means your immune system works.
And our experts emphasize that you should get that vaccine. The side effects are typically mild or moderate, and they go away after a day or two.
So you're doing yourself and you're doing others a huge favor.
So we can verify that yes, younger people do tend to get stronger reactions to the COVID-19 vaccine, but our experts say this is absolutely not a reason to avoid it.
It's not fun, but it's definitely worth it to help, you know, get the country that much closer to some immunity.
With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozloff.
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. We're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
And this is where I'm going to push back. Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk off the set.
You should. This February, DBL is all new.
I agree with Al on this one.
Every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo.
I'm in control, 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 control.
Here's what's coming up. Ashley Judd's brush with death. Wait till you hear the unbelievable ordeal she went through in the African jungle. And we're giving one lucky viewer a bunch of luxury goodies worth $1,600. We'll tell you how it could all be yours. DBL is new every day. We'll be right back.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Job, Al. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al. Tori joins us from home.
Our commercial conversations are so fascinating.
We just found out that Albert Jackson knows a lot about geology, you guys.
I knew two things.
He's a brainiac.
What were you guys saying?
We were talking about the 3 different types of rocks, and Al
because you
knew all
were
3.
a geology major, or you wanted to be.
I loved geology, and then I found out I wasn't very good at it. And then Al is very good at it and never even took geology.
But I taught 7th grade, so you learn all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Tori, we were having so much fun in studio. It's amazing.
Oh, he's
You're
trying to
missing
make
out.
Tori jealous. Okay. All right, let's get to the top. Don't worry, Tori. It's not that fun in here. Okay, so
Thanks,
Ashley Judd.
Jeez.
Well, I just don't want her to feel bad.
So you make us feel bad?
Thank you, Sam. I love you.
Love you, Tori. It's okay. Let's talk about Ashley Judd because she is recovering after a near-death experience in the African rainforest. The actress was in the Congo studying bonobos, an ape that exists only in remote parts of the rainforest, when she tripped on a fallen tree and broke her leg in 4 places. She chronicled the grueling 55-hour ordeal on Instagram, praising her Congolese brothers and sisters for essentially saving her life. Wow. She said her leg had to be reset twice while she was lying on the jungle floor. She was then carried out of the jungle in a hammock for 3 hours. She traveled then another 6 hours on a motorbike over rough terrain to reach a spot where she could eventually be airlifted to a hospital in South Africa. She spoke to Nicholas Kristoff from the New York Times about her recovery.
I would show you this beautiful, it's called an external fixator that I have on my leg because there was such massive soft tissue damage. We can't actually touch the bones for another sort of 10 days. Yeah, my dad actually wants me to turn around and show you my leg.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. It's a thing of beauty for right now.
Talk about bravery. I mean, Tori, the amount of pain she must have been in just to get to that place to be airlifted, especially when your leg is shattered and then you're on a motorbike in rough terrain. Every single bump, I can only imagine, was excruciating.
Yeah, Sam, I went deep in this because I'm always interested in medical emergencies and like how people get out of them in remote places. I don't know why. She had to bite down on a stick because some man, which is an amazing human being, had to lift her foot and put it back in place and put his foot underneath her leg for the 3 hours on the jungle floor so that it wouldn't move, so that the nerve damage wouldn't get worse. Then when she was put on that motorbike, if you can see her, she starts passing out and they keep waking her up during that 6-hour journey. So this woman really suffered a lot, but these people risked their lives to save hers. It was a harrowing journey, and these people deserve all the praise and some money, maybe. How about some money?
That's right. And Tori, like when I saw the story, my first thought was Jeff. Honestly, man, I thought about you. Yes, because Jeff, again, we all know Jeff will sit here.
Don't compliment me when Tori's on.
we will sit here, and Jeff will just sit here during a segment, and he's been not only all over the world, but you've been to kind of remote places in the world. Has there ever been a situation where you're like, you know, I'm kind of scared, or like if something happens here, there's no land for miles, or there's no help for hours?
When I did Around the World for free, I got a great story for you, by the way, for Paris Hilton coming up. So wait for that.
Oh.
But it's, we're not doing Paris Hilton. Oh,
Good one.
Good one. Now I'm just at a loss. She got engaged. Congratulations, Paris Hilton. Good for you. But now I'm just thrown. I just want to tell you stories. Do you want to hear the Paris Hilton story?
Yes.
Instead of Ashley Judd?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it doesn't even go. Good for Ashley Judd. I don't know. There's like a bush fix, maybe eat a nut. They got like powerful medicines in Amazon. Wow. You know, I'm so far like in my head, I don't even know what's going on.
Leave Jeff alone, everybody. Let's just give Jeff a moment. All right. Taylor
Swift. Threw me for a loop. Anyways.
Taylor Swift could be adding to her massive Grammy collection when her re-recorded album comes out. As we told you last week, Taylor has re-recorded her 2008 album Fearless, and a new version of her hit song Love Story is already out. Now, it looks like both the new album and song are eligible for Grammy contention. According to the Recording Academy, new performances and albums are eligible if they were recorded within the last 5 years of the original. So this has happened before. In the 1990s, after the success of the movie Pretty Woman, Roy Orbison won a Grammy for the re-recording of his 1964 song, and Elton John won a Grammy when he re-recorded Candle in the Wind in 1990. Boo what?
That's not fair.
What are you talking about?
Well, Sam, here's what I'm talking about. There are people that recorded brand new songs that are now going up against a song that has already been judged to be good enough to have gotten a Grammy the first time, and it's got familiarity in the market, and so that's unfair to the new songs that are just trying to entrench themselves.
You're assuming that she's going to want Grammy noms. I don't think she does. She has enough Grammy noms.
I agree, Sam.
She's got 41.
Tori agrees with me. Yeah, she's got 41 Grammy noms. She's not going to ask for another Grammy nom.
But listen, Tori, I want to hear I'm with Al for sure. Yeah. I'm going to die in this hill with Al.
Thank you. Tori, how am I wrong on this?
Okay, so first off, it's not like double jeopardy because the person can put new spin on it. I've listened to the new Taylor Swift Love Story, and it's a grown-up version with a different beat. It's a little slower. There's a different interpretation. But do I think Sam's right? Yeah, she is hyper aware, like Sam said in the meeting, of her brand. And this would not do well for her. I don't think she puts herself out there to get overexposed. But I will say, notice she's wearing a different shirt on this Love Story. It's Romeo's shirt because she doesn't need a Romeo to save her. She's saving herself.
Oh, it's a different story because she's wearing a different song because she's wearing a different shirt. That's your argument.
That's not what I said at all.
Okay, speaking of music, I have to show you guys something really cool. Really, really cool. Have you guys ever wondered what music from the prehistoric era sounds like?
No.
18,000 years ago, because they found this conch.
Yes.
Okay, do you want to hear what it sounds like? This is what cavemen and women partied to. Let's listen. It's amazing. That's music from 18,000 years ago. Now, mind you, they just blew into it, so it's a new set of lungs, but that's what we would have heard 18,000 years ago. What's wrong, Al?
Do we have random drug tests here at DBL?
What are you talking about?
Because that's not you. That was not music.
Yes,
that
it is.
How do you know that they played that as music?
Because it had a hole in the conch shell.
Yeah, maybe somebody dropped it.
No, Albert, it had a perfect hole so they could jam out to this. This is amazing.
You know what? Actually, in Judaism, they use a ram's horn as a shofar to call people for prayer, and it's so loud it brought people for prayer. So perhaps this was a gathering call.
This was actually before all that, Tori. This is like prehistoric era. Yeah. So this is what they did to try and entertain themselves.
Should have done the Paris
I
Hilton
want
story.
everyone to know that I sat down and wrote down all my ideas to pitch stories and talked to my boss. We've done none of them. Now we're doing a drop
every night.
just for everyone.
I send in stories every night.
This one made it.
And a lot of the
claim this story at all. I wouldn't claim this.
Okay, I think that's pretty darn cool. We'll be right back.
Do you think that was cool?
Very cool, Albert. Very, very cool.
It's Black History Month, and DBL is recognizing Black leaders who are making history right now. By the age of 12, Naeem Hudson already traveled the world, delivering motivational speeches to other kids, offering support to victims of bullying, building up confidence, and teaching self-love. He's 16 now and still motivating youth.
With no mistakes, with no lessons, then there's no growth as a person.
Closed captioning provided by
You like cheese, Jeff? I don't know. I'm hungry. How about you guys?
Again!
Which cheese and meat? Favorite?
Cooking a lot. My rear end is going to have its own zip code soon.
Is it lime? Give me an example of how he sticks his foot in his mouth.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Summers, and I thought it might be fun to unwrap some brownies. And when you're here in Denver, what do you think?
This February, DBL is all new every day.
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Really? Okay. Like, it is such a joke. I was shocked. I meant for you to chime in on. I don't know what you're saying. DBL is just getting started.
Here come the Pistons.
I love this story. Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year. Welcome back to DBL. Perrian Roberts was known as the Black Widow who rose to the top of a drug empire. After serving time, she transformed her life and is now helping others. Her story is being featured on American Gangster Trap Queens on BET. We have a special look in True Crime Chronicles.
I love making millions.
I was making $1 to $2 million a month, and that was just play money right there.
Meet real-life trap queen, Perrian Roberts.
I was the original queen of the South.
She never planned on becoming a drug queen or the Black Widow. Perrian grew up in Huntsville, Alabama with her siblings. She loved her parents, but her childhood consisted of watching them fight in an abusive relationship. She later went to college at Alabama A&M. That's where she met her boyfriend, who sold marijuana on the side. Once he got caught and was sent to prison, Perrian continued his work on the streets. Years later, she expanded into the cocaine game and teamed up with her cousin. She combined their two crews and became the leader. Perrian slowly learned how to run the streets and operate as a female. She defied all stereotypes, being a young, educated black woman. No one suspected her of running a drug empire.
I felt like the world belonged to me.
She reigned from 1984 to 2004, making her the longest reigning drug dealer in the country. She became even more successful and hidden by studying police officers, their shift changes, and anyone who became suspicious of her. The hiding and hard work eventually caught up. In 2004, she was praying for a way out, but ended up getting busted. Perrian was sentenced to 21 years on drug-related charges, but only served 2 years.
No matter what you do in life, you can change.
And earlier, Tori and Lindsay spoke with Perrian about her journey. Take a look.
We have Perrian Roberts here with us. Thank you so much for coming on DBL. Now, you have a fascinating story, okay? Going from drug queen of the South to an advocate for social justice. You were this young, educated woman studying at college who rose her way to the top of a drug ring. How did you go down that path?
I really, I think it really started with me seeing the abuse, my dad abusing my mother, and then going to school and then meeting a guy that was involved in criminal activities and drugs. So I learned from him how to run the streets, how to operate in the streets as a female and as a controller. He taught me all of that.
Now, Perrian, I watch a lot of movies, and I think I know what it's like to run a drug ring.
No,
but you truly know what it's like. So tell me, like, were you ever scared for your life, and what actually happened?
No, I actually was never scared for my life because I didn't ever put myself in a predicament to be afraid. And I had people that was around me that basically protected me anyways.
You were known as the Black Widow and Queen Pin of Alabama. What was the meaning, and how does that make you feel hearing that? Does it make you feel that kind of control again?
I started embracing it because I'm like, okay, a Black Widow, she's the one. You know, the Black Widow kills her husband or whatever, a spider husband or whatever.
Her spider husband.
And she, yeah, she's controlling, you know, and she rules, you know. Everyone is afraid of the Black Widow.
Do you ever get tempted to go back to the old you?
No. No, I like the new me. And because I ran for so long and I got tired, and it's very tiresome. You know, in order to dodge the police and not just the police, but you have people in the streets that dislike you and they want to see you off the streets because they can't be in the position that you're in.
You were sentenced to 21 years in prison, but you served only 2. Explain that.
I went in March 04. I made parole March 06. Wow. 2 years to the door. But within that, I also filed lawsuits against the Department of Corrections because of the conditions that was in the prison and how the women was being treated.
And you've completely turned your life around. And you talked about helping youth and incarcerated women stay on the right path. So tell me, what is some of the advice that you give to them?
You have to know who you are as a person, because a lot of time people are mostly followers when they get trapped up in a lot of stuff. And so you have to start loving yourself and know what you want to do with your life. And do you want to change? You have to want to change. If you don't change yourself or want to change, there's nothing I can do to help you.
What have you done in your life now that you think you're most proud of?
What I'm most proud of today is I received a full pardon 7 years after I was incarcerated. And that is something that Alabama rarely gives, is a full pardon.
Yeah.
Also, with helping young people, since I've been home, turning their life around and going back to school, even though they had been in some trouble. I started the lawsuit against Alabama to have ex-felons to be able to vote.
Wow.
And we won that in 2017.
Wow.
So I'm very active in the community and helping the homeless. I still do all of that. So I'm proud of those accomplishments.
Well said. Well, you can all learn more about Perrian's story in a new episode of BET's American Gangster Trap Queens. Perrian, thank you so much for enlightening us about that lifestyle and for also turning your life around and giving back for social justice and prison reform. It's so important, and we need people like you. Thank you so, so much. We'll be right back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Take your food and store it outside until power comes back. Why are we talking about this? Well, millions of people are without power due to winter storms, and while their refrigerators are thawing inside their homes, outside their homes, temperatures are below freezing. To find out, we checked with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and research from North Dakota State University. Both say storing your food outside is a bad idea because of variable temperatures, unsanitary outdoor conditions, and/or disturbances by animals. The DHHS says when food is stored outside, it can, quote, enter the danger zone of temps getting too warm to safely eat later on. Now, this can even happen from food getting hit by sunlight. So no, according to the DHHS, you shouldn't store food outside even if it's cold out. That's verified. But that doesn't mean your food has to go to waste. The DHHS suggests using your fridge or freezer as an old-fashioned ice box. Put ice inside the fridge to keep the temperatures down until power comes back. You can also put food in a cooler and keep it in an unheated area like a garage. Oh, and last thing, when power does come back, check your food. If any perishable food has been above 40 degrees for about 2 hours or more, you should toss it. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
Welcome back to DBL. Valentine's Day might be over, but we're helping one lucky viewer keep the romance alive. We are giving away a luxury date night at home valued at more than $1,600. Stephanie is here to tell us all about it. Hey, Steph.
Seriously, you guys, take a look at all this stuff. I've got $1,600 worth of goodies here, and one lucky couple is going to get it all. So, Sam, these are for you. Imagine slipping into these Pierre Gladys Perry Luxe loungewear. And these, check out these badly glazed Mishka sandals. Talk about setting the mood. Glitzy.
Yeah, hello, am I allowed to enter this?
I think go for it, love. I think they're beautiful. No? Oh, never mind. Okay, well, Jeff, maybe you can get Jordan to enter because I've got the ultimate spa night for you guys at home, for you and Jordan. So open up a nice bottle of Michael Solberg wine and put on these matching fat towels and robes so you can unwind. And as well, there's this Young Living Ultimate, look at this, spa set. Comes with a diffuser, massage oil, and a bath bomb. And check out these for facials. Foreo Luna. How amazing are these? Get all that dead skin off.
Jeff.
Why does my gift have to be a fat towel?
It wasn't.
Snuggly at home. Okay, whatever. Well, Al, I've got something for you too. Check this out. Look at these fabulous Pierre Gladys Perry Luxe Silk Sheets. Silky smooth. And these delicious Mignon chocolates. Yummy.
I need those in my life. Silk sheets and chocolates. Sounds like a great night.
And silk sheets, Steph, they help prevent wrinkles.
Yeah.
And they help lay your hair down.
It's so true. Honestly, seriously,
not
DBL
true.
Nation, it is true.
It is true.
Silk sheets lessen wrinkles?
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Sam's telling the truth.
Yeah, they help with wrinkles because you don't have as much like constriction on your
If you're sleeping in
face.
silk sheets, you don't have any worries in life. That's why you don't have any wrinkles.
Yeah, I'll stop you guys going to get your Brotox or whatever you like to call it. So all of our DBL Nation who actually wants to relax, all of this could be yours. So head on over to our website, dailyblastlive.com, to enter. And the giveaway ends on February the 26th. So go enter now. Back to you guys.
Yes, Stephanie. She's always got the
I have
goods.
silk pillowcases, and they're awesome.
And why do you have silk pillowcases?
Because I have the cooling pillow and it allows the cold to come through. I'm a fancy man tonight, Jeff. You know we spray our pillow with a little lavender?
I got that from you, actually.
Thank you, Jeff Schroeder, for giving me that credit, because Al has yet to give me that credit.
I didn't know that you were the genesis of lavender.
I told you about lavender about 3+ years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sam. Things have happened since then.
Okay. Thank you, Stephanie. We love you. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Let's verify. Is it normal for younger people to experience stronger vaccine side effects? Our sources are two doctors, Dr. Limbaugh from the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center and Dr. Latasha Perkins from the Georgetown University School of Medicine. We also looked at resources from the FDA and the CDC. The short answer here, according to our experts, is yes.
The reason you're seeing those side effects is because you have a robust immune system.
When we're younger, we tend to mount a bigger and stronger immune reaction, if you will. And that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing.
Take this breakdown of the Pfizer vaccine posted on the CDC website. It shows that people 55 and under had fever after the second dose about 16% of the time, compared to just 11% for those older than 55 when compared to placebo.
That is not something to be concerned about. It's something to be happy about, because it means your immune system works.
And our experts emphasize that you should get that vaccine. The side effects are typically mild or moderate, and they go away after a day or two.
So you're doing yourself and you're doing others a huge favor.
So we can verify that yes, younger people do tend to get stronger reactions to the COVID-19 vaccine, but our experts say this is absolutely not a reason to avoid it.
It's not fun, but it's definitely worth it to help, get the country that much closer to some immunity.
With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozloff.
At DBL, we're always on.
I'm in control. You're trying to give a conversation up here.
Shouldn't he be held accountable?
Absolutely.
This is where I'm going to push back.
Is this my shocked face?
Tori, I will walk up the set.
You should.
This February, DBL is all new.
I agree with Al on this one.
Every day.
Yeah, wow, I said it, Tori. Yo.
I'm in control.
Tomorrow on DBL,
Our series Nighttime Soap Stars Where Are They Now continues with Joan Van Ark live on the show. She's reliving her popular run on Knots Landing and revealing backstage secrets. That's tomorrow only on DBL.
All right, so we're getting a lot of conch comments. Shauna says, Sam, you're right. It was cool. Al, you're so negative. Linda says, I can name that tune in one note. I'm actually really upset because that's a person recently that blew into the conch, and if you would have had a very experienced conch blower, we would have had like a full-on new jam.
Yeah, but you can't just invent a job. Nobody is an experienced conch blower.
Many people are experienced conch blowers.
Prehistoric conch blowers?
Michael Dean, our producer, is an experienced conch blower.
Well,
they should have hired him.
Michael, we need you.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you.